Freudian wish fulfillment. When we close our eyes and drift into the realm of dreams, our unconscious mind takes the reins. It crafts scenes that often defy the boundaries of reality, painting vivid images and narratives that feel both familiar and alien. But what lies beneath these enigmatic dreams? Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, offered a fascinating explanation. Dreams serve as a gateway to our deepest desires and repressed wishes. Sorry for interrupting, but if you'd like, share where you're listening from and what time it is. It's interesting to see how connected we all are. Also consider liking and subscribing if you enjoy this content. Freud's theory of wish fulfillment suggests that dreams are more than just random sequences of images. Instead, they are carefully constructed by the unconscious mind to satisfy desires that remain unacknowledged during our waking lives. These might be longings we are unaware of, or impulses we consciously push aside, censored by societal norms, or our own sense of propriety. Dreams, according to Freud, provide a safe space where these hidden wishes can be expressed, albeit in a disguised or symbolic form. Take, for example, the simple act of flying in a dream. While soaring through the sky might appear to be a whimsical, carefree experience, Freud would interpret it as a manifestation of deeper, unconscious desires. Perhaps the dreamer feels constrained in their waking life, burdened by responsibilities or societal expectations. In the dream, they break free from these limitations, fulfilling a wish for liberation and autonomy. Flying becomes a metaphor for escaping life's confines and embracing a sense of personal power and freedom. Freud's approach to dream interpretation hinges on the idea that dreams contain both manifest and latent content. The manifest content is the dream's surface storyline, the events, characters, and settings we can recall upon waking. The latent content, on the other hand, is the hidden meaning behind these elements. Freud believed that the unconscious mind deliberately disguises our desires, presenting them as symbolic or fragmented images. This process of disguise, known as dream work, allows our mind to express wishes without triggering the defenses that typically suppress them. For instance, a dream about climbing a steep hill might seem straightforward at first glance, but Freud would encourage the dreamer to explore what the hill represents. Is it a symbol of a personal challenge or ambition? Does the effort to reach the top reflect a desire for achievement or recognition that remains unspoken during waking hours? By unpacking these symbols, Freud believed we could gain insight into our innermost desires and conflicts. Dreams, in Freud's view, serve as a vital release valve for psychic tension. They allow the mind to explore taboo or socially unacceptable thoughts in a way that is non-threatening and indirect. By examining the symbols and narratives of our dreams, we can better understand the complexities of our own psyche. This process of introspection not only helps us connect with repressed wishes, but also sheds light on unresolved conflicts and emotional struggles. But Freud's theory is not without its critics. Some argue that not all dreams fit neatly into the framework of wish fulfillment. Dreams often appear random, chaotic, and lacking clear symbolic meaning. Modern neuroscience and psychology suggest that dreams may also serve other functions, such as memory consolidation or emotional processing. Despite these critiques, Freud's work remains a cornerstone of dream analysis, offering a profound perspective on the connection between our unconscious desires and the stories we tell ourselves in sleep. Ultimately, Freud's concept of wish fulfillment invites us to look deeper into our dreams. It challenges us to move beyond the surface and consider the hidden messages our unconscious mind may be sending. By exploring the latent content of our dreams, we open a window into the rich, complex world of our inner selves, and in doing so, we gain a better understanding of what drives us, what we long for, and what we may be hesitant to confront while awake. Dreams, in Freud's view, are more than fleeting images. They are the whispers of our unconscious mind, calling us to pay attention and seek understanding. Jungian Archetypes. When we dream, we often encounter strange figures, mysterious landscapes, and symbolic scenarios that seem to speak a deeper, universal language. To Swiss psychoanalyst Carl Jung, these dream elements weren't merely personal, they were rooted in something far more profound, the collective unconscious. Jung's theory suggests that within all human beings lies a shared reservoir of memories, experiences, and patterns inherited from our ancestors. At the heart of this collective unconscious are archetypes, universal symbols and motifs that surface repeatedly in myths, stories, and of course, dreams. Imagine a dream where you find yourself face to face with a wise old man offering guidance or cryptic advice. In Jung's framework, this figure isn't just a random invention of your subconscious. Instead, it represents the archetype of the wise old man, a universal symbol of knowledge and mentorship that transcends individual experience. Similarly, dreams of a nurturing figure might tap into the mother archetype, while encounters with a dark, shadowy figure could bring forth the shadow archetype, representing parts of ourselves that we've repressed or hidden. Jung's idea of archetypes extends beyond individual dreams. He observed that similar symbols appear across cultures, from ancient myths to modern fairy tales. The hero's journey, the trickster, the great mother, the shadow, these recurring patterns, he believed, emerge from the collective unconscious and reflect fundamental aspects of the human experience. In dreams, these archetypes manifest as characters, animals, objects, or scenarios that carry deep symbolic meaning. They often provide clues about our personal growth, emotional struggles, and psychological integration. For example, consider a dream where you're exploring a dense forest and come across a mysterious house. Inside, you find a powerful object guarded by a fierce animal. While the dream may feel unique to you, it also echoes age-old patterns. The forest may represent the unknown or the unconscious. The house might symbolize the self, and the guarded object could be a symbol of hidden potential or inner strength. These archetypal motifs guide the dreamer towards self-discovery, urging them to confront fears, integrate shadow aspects, or embrace their inner hero. Jung believed that dreams serve as a bridge between our conscious mind and the collective unconscious. While Freud viewed dreams primarily as outlets for repressed personal desires, Jung saw them as opportunities to connect with universal truths. Dreams, in his view, could help individuals achieve individuation, a process of becoming whole by integrating all parts of the psyche, including the conscious and unconscious, the light and the shadow. By paying attention to archetypal themes in dreams, people could gain insight into their deeper motivations, uncover hidden strengths, and navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom. Jung's approach to dreams emphasizes interpretation rather than reduction. Rather than breaking down dreams into a single hidden wish or fear, he encouraged exploring the symbolic richness of each dream image. A dream about climbing a mountain, for instance, could reflect the hero archetype's quest for higher knowledge, personal achievement, or spiritual enlightenment. It might also reveal an inner struggle to overcome obstacles or a deep desire to reach new heights. Jungian dream analysis is more about understanding the narrative and symbolic patterns that shape our psyche than finding a definitive answer. But the concept of archetypes doesn't only apply to individual dreams. Jung argued that these patterns influence the way we see the world, the stories we tell, and the roles we play in life. By becoming aware of these archetypal forces, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the collective experiences that bind humanity together. Dreams, therefore, become a tool not just for personal insight, but for connecting with the broader human story, a story that has been told and retold through countless generations. Ultimately, Jung's theory of archetypes invites us to view our dreams as part of a vast, shared tapestry of human experience. Every dream symbol, every strange character or setting is a thread that links us to the collective unconscious. By exploring these archetypal patterns, we gain a sense of continuity, a feeling that our individual dreams are part of something much larger. In doing so, we come closer to understanding not only ourselves, but the timeless, universal forces that shape us all. Activation synthesis theory. Picture yourself slipping into a dream. Colors, sounds, and fragmented images rush in, forming a swirling, surreal landscape. There's no conscious logic guiding the scene, yet it feels real, vivid, sometimes even meaningful. According to the activation synthesis theory, this dream state isn't a window into hidden desires or universal symbols, but rather the brain's attempt to make sense of a flurry of random neural activity. This theory, proposed by researchers J. Allen Hobson and Robert McCarley in the late 20th century, represents a shift away from psychoanalytic interpretations of dreams. Instead of viewing dreams as expressions of repressed wishes or archetypes, activation synthesis frames dreaming as a byproduct of the brain's physiology. During REM sleep, the brain's activity ramps up, especially in areas involved in memory, emotion, and sensory processing. Neurons fire spontaneously, creating a cascade of disorganized signals. These signals, though random, don't go unnoticed by the brain's higher-level regions. The cerebral cortex, the part responsible for perception, reasoning, and language, steps in to impose order on this chaos, weaving a coherent narrative out of the neural noise. In other words, the brain creates a story to explain the activity it detects. A sudden burst of activity in the visual cortex might manifest as a dream image of a bustling marketplace. A surge in the limbic system, responsible for emotion, could give that image an intense feeling of joy or anxiety. Each piece of the dream, according to activation synthesis, is the brain's creative solution to a physiological puzzle. The result is a dream that feels purposeful and meaningful, even though its origins are essentially random. This perspective challenges traditional views of dreaming. If dreams are simply the brain's way of interpreting random signals, can they still hold personal significance? Proponents of activation synthesis argue that while dreams may not have intentional meaning, they still reflect the brain's ongoing efforts to process information. The random neural activity draws on existing memories, experiences, and emotions, blending them in surprising ways. The resulting dream may not mean anything in the classical sense, but it can still reveal how the brain organizes and connects different pieces of our mental world. For example, a dream about flying might stem from a combination of recent memories of watching birds, reading about airplanes, and feeling a sense of freedom. None of these elements were consciously selected, but the brain's synthesis process pulls them together into a coherent story. The dream becomes a reflection of the brain's associative powers, rather than a direct expression of unconscious desires or archetypal patterns. Critics of activation synthesis point out that dreams often feel deeply meaningful to the dreamer. People frequently wake up with a sense that their dreams hold messages or insights. While the theory doesn't deny that dreams can feel important, it suggests that this sense of meaning arises after the fact. The cortex's narrative building process creates a story that feels coherent and intentional, leading us to interpret the dream as significant. In this view, meaning is a product of interpretation, not the dream's initial purpose. The activation synthesis model also provides insight into the bizarre nature of many dreams. Because the neural signals that trigger dreams are chaotic and unsystematic, the resulting dream narratives often lack consistent logic or structure. Sudden scene changes, strange juxtapositions, and impossible events make sense in light of this theory. They reflect the brain's ongoing attempt to impose order on disorder, even if that order is tenuous and fleeting. Ultimately, activation synthesis doesn't diminish the value of dreaming. Instead, it offers a different lens through which to view this nightly phenomenon. Dreams, in this framework, are not purposeful messages from the subconscious or universal truths waiting to be uncovered. Rather, they are the mind's natural response to random neural activity, a testament to the brain's remarkable ability to create meaning, even from chaos. This perspective shifts our understanding of dreaming from a search for hidden messages to an appreciation of the brain's inherent creativity. In every dream, the brain takes randomness and transforms it into a fleeting story, reminding us of the endless inventiveness of the human mind. Threat simulation theory. Imagine running through a dark forest in a dream, pursued by a shadowy figure. Your heart races, your senses sharpen, and every sound feels amplified. Then you wake, safe in your bed. While this scenario might seem like a typical nightmare, according to the threat simulation theory, such dreams serve a purpose far beyond simple fright. They help prepare us for real-life dangers. Threat simulation theory, developed by Finnish researcher Antti Revonsuo, proposes that dreams evolved as a biological mechanism to simulate threats and rehearse responses. In our ancestral environment, survival depended heavily on how well we could anticipate and react to dangers, be it predators, rival groups, or environmental hazards. Dreams, in this view, provided a safe yet vivid environment where the brain could practice these life-saving scenarios without any actual risk. The theory suggests that dreaming about threats allows the mind to fine-tune its defensive strategies, making us more prepared for challenges in the waking world. Unlike other theories that consider dreams as random byproducts or reflections of our waking thoughts, threat simulation theory emphasizes the practical, evolutionary function of dreaming. It argues that dreams are not mere passive experiences, but active rehearsals. When a dreamer faces a hostile intruder, flees from a wild animal, or navigates a natural disaster in their sleep, they are effectively running a simulation. This simulation enables the brain to test and refine responses, improving the dreamer's ability to cope with similar challenges in reality. The theory gains support from studies showing that dreams often contain themes of danger, conflict, and survival. For example, research has found that negative and threatening scenarios are more common in dreams than positive or neutral ones. Furthermore, these threat-filled dreams are particularly prevalent in people who have experienced trauma or live in unsafe environments. According to Revonsuo, this heightened frequency of threatening dreams makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. The more real-world danger someone faces, the more important it is to rehearse ways to deal with it. But how does this simulation work on a neurological level? During REM sleep, the brain's emotional and memory processing centers remain active, even as the body's voluntary muscles are paralyzed. This creates a unique state where the mind can vividly imagine threats without the risk of physically acting them out. The dreamer experiences fear, urgency, and the need to react, activating brain circuits that would also be used in waking life when faced with danger. By repeatedly simulating these responses, the brain becomes more efficient at recognizing threats and making split-second decisions. While threat simulation theory focuses on evolutionary advantages, it also offers insight into modern psychological experiences. People who suffer from recurring nightmares, for instance, might be experiencing a hyperactive version of this threat rehearsal system. Though distressing, these nightmares may reflect the brain's attempt to prepare for perceived or past threats. In a sense, the brain might be working overtime to hone defensive strategies, even if the actual dangers are no longer present or as immediate. Critics of the theory point out that not all dreams involve threats. Some dreams are mundane, bizarre, or entirely pleasant. However, proponents argue that the theory doesn't claim all dreams are threat simulations, only that the dream state evolved primarily to serve this function. Over time, as human environments changed and survival became less directly tied to immediate physical threats, dreaming may have diversified. Yet the core function, according to this perspective, remains rooted in preparing us for life's challenges. The beauty of threat simulation theory lies in its evolutionary logic. It suggests that dreams, far from being frivolous or meaningless, played a critical role in shaping human survival. By rehearsing dangers in the safety of sleep, our ancestors could wake better prepared to face predators, rival tribes, or natural disasters. In this way, dreams became an essential training ground, a place where the mind could confront fear, rehearse solutions, and emerge stronger for the challenges of the waking world. Ultimately, threat simulation theory encourages us to view our dreams through a different lens. Rather than mere random experiences or entertaining narratives, dreams become a form of practice, a way for the mind to stay sharp and ready. Even the most harrowing nightmare can be seen as a testament to the brain's commitment to survival, a nightly reminder of our evolutionary heritage and the enduring drive to prepare for what lies ahead. Memory consolidation hypothesis. Picture yourself at the end of a long day, your mind flooded with countless experiences, conversations, tasks, sights, and sounds. By nightfall, much of it may feel like a blur. Yet, as you slip into sleep, your brain begins its nightly task of organizing this mental chaos. Dreams, according to the memory consolidation hypothesis, play a vital role in this process, helping to sort, integrate, and solidify the experiences you've gathered throughout the day. The memory consolidation hypothesis suggests that one of the primary functions of dreaming is to strengthen and stabilize our memories. When we're awake, our brain continuously takes in new information, storing it temporarily in short-term memory. However, to ensure that important information isn't lost, these short-term memories need to be transferred into long-term storage. This transfer is not instantaneous. It requires a careful reorganization of neural connections, a process that primarily occurs during sleep. Dreams, in this framework, serve as the brain's creative rehearsal for this transfer, giving new memories a stronger foothold while allowing unnecessary details to fade away. Research on sleep and memory supports this idea. Studies have shown that individuals who are deprived of certain stages of sleep, especially REM sleep, often struggle to retain information they learned before sleeping. REM sleep, the stage most strongly associated with vivid dreaming, appears to be when the brain is most active in reactivating and reorganizing memories. During REM, the hippocampus, a region critical for memory formation, communicates intensively with the neocortex. This dialogue allows the brain to integrate new information into existing knowledge networks, making it easier to recall facts, skills, and emotional experiences in the future. Dreams may also help us connect seemingly unrelated bits of information. If you've ever woken up from a dream that combined elements of different memories, perhaps a childhood home, a friend you haven't seen in years, and a topic you studied the previous day, you've experienced this integrative process in action. By blending memories and emotions, dreams can reveal hidden connections, helping us make sense of complex ideas and find creative solutions to problems. This isn't to say that every dream reflects a specific memory being processed. The content of dreams is often more symbolic, abstract, or surreal than a straightforward replay of daily events. However, the underlying neural activity driving those dreams still serves the purpose of memory consolidation. Even dreams that seem nonsensical, like riding a bicycle through a city made of clouds, may arise from the brain, combining and reconfiguring pieces of information to strengthen the neural pathways that support memory. Emotional memories, in particular, seem to benefit from this process. Dreams often bring up feelings of joy, fear, sadness, or excitement tied to past experiences. By reliving these emotions in the dream state, the brain may help us process and understand them, reducing their intensity over time and making it easier to cope with difficult or traumatic events. This emotional integration is a key aspect of memory consolidation, ensuring that our emotional responses to life's challenges are refined and more manageable. The memory consolidation hypothesis also explains why certain dreams feel repetitive or tied to specific life events. For instance, students preparing for exams often report dreaming about test questions or classroom settings, and athletes in training may dream about perfecting their performance. These dreams are thought to reflect the brain's ongoing effort to reinforce the skills, facts, and patterns most relevant to the dreamer's waking goals. In this sense, dreaming becomes a form of mental practice, one that happens without conscious effort. Ultimately, the memory consolidation hypothesis invites us to think of dreaming as more than just a nightly escape into fantasy. It portrays dreams as an essential component of how we learn, adapt, and grow. By weaving together fragments of our experiences, dreams help transform fleeting moments into lasting knowledge, ensuring that our minds remain agile, creative, and ready to face the challenges of a new day. In this way, dreaming serves not only as a window into the unconscious, but also as a testament to the brain's remarkable ability to organize and strengthen the three. Evolutionary dreaming. As you drift off to sleep and enter the world of dreams, you may find yourself facing perilous scenarios, running from a predator, navigating through hostile terrain, or making split-second decisions in a life or death situation. These dreams can feel intense, even unsettling. But what if their purpose goes beyond mere entertainment or psychological reflection? According to the theory of evolutionary dreaming, these vivid nocturnal experiences evolved as a survival tool, helping our ancestors rehearse scenarios that could mean the difference between life and death. The idea of evolutionary dreaming suggests that the strange and often threatening narratives we experience in our dreams are not random. Instead, they represent a deeply ingrained, adaptive mechanism shaped by thousands of generations. Early humans lived in a world fraught with danger, predators lurking in the dark, rival tribes vying for resources, unpredictable natural disasters. In that harsh environment, individuals who could anticipate and prepare for threats would have had a better chance of survival. Over time, dreaming may have emerged as a mental rehearsal, allowing the brain to simulate risky scenarios and refine the strategies needed to overcome them. This theory aligns with the observation that many dreams involve heightened emotions and intense challenges. Whether it's being chased, falling, or trying to solve a dire problem, these dream themes mirror the kinds of situations our ancestors would have faced. Dreaming about escaping a predator or finding a safe hiding spot might have helped early humans sharpen their instincts. Even in the relative safety of sleep, their minds could run simulations, experimenting with different responses and outcomes. When they awoke, they were more prepared to handle real-life threats. One of the key features of evolutionary dreaming is its connection to problem solving. Dreams provide a safe, consequence-free environment where the brain can test different approaches to challenges. For instance, if a dream places you in a situation where you must navigate through a treacherous forest, you might try several routes or strategies, some of which fail and others succeed. While you're not consciously making these decisions, your brain is fine-tuning its problem-solving skills. In this sense, dreaming acts as a kind of mental gym, strengthening the neural pathways needed to think quickly and adapt in the face of danger. Beyond individual survival, evolutionary dreaming may also have played a role in strengthening social bonds and cooperation. Many dream scenarios involve interactions with others, forming alliances, resolving conflicts, or defending loved ones. These social simulations could have helped our ancestors navigate complex group dynamics, improving their ability to communicate, collaborate, and maintain cohesion within their tribes. By practicing social skills in dreams, early humans might have enhanced their chances of thriving in their communities. Modern research supports some aspects of this theory. Studies have shown that dreams often feature negative emotions, fear, anxiety, or tension, more frequently than positive ones. While this might seem counterintuitive, it makes sense from an evolutionary perspective. Dreams that focus on challenges or threats keep the brain engaged in preparing for survival. This doesn't mean every dream we have is a direct rehearsal for a specific danger, but the overall pattern suggests that dreaming remains an adaptive process rooted in our species' history. In today's world, the connection between dreams and survival may feel less immediate. Few of us face the life and death challenges our ancestors did, yet the legacy of those early survival rehearsals lingers in our minds. When we dream of being chased, lost, or confronted with difficult choices, we're tapping into a deeply ingrained mechanism that once helped our forebears navigate a dangerous world. Even now, these dreams may sharpen our problem-solving abilities, foster resilience, and prepare us, on a subconscious level, for the unexpected challenges that life can throw our way. Ultimately, the theory of evolutionary dreaming offers a compelling perspective on why we dream the way we do. It reframes our nighttime adventures as more than just random neural activity or symbolic reflections. Lucid dreaming exploration. Imagine drifting into sleep, only to realize that you're dreaming. Suddenly, you have the ability to control the story, change the scenery, or confront your fears. This is the world of lucid dreaming, a unique state where dreamers are aware they're dreaming, often allowing them to influence the dream's direction. While some stumble into lucidity by chance, others deliberately practice techniques to achieve it, turning their dreams into a playground of creativity, exploration, and self-discovery. The term lucid dreaming was coined in the early 20th century by Dutch psychiatrist Frederik van Eden, but the phenomenon itself has been reported for centuries. Many spiritual traditions, from Tibetan dream yoga to ancient Hindu practices, describe states of conscious dreaming used for meditation, insight, or personal growth. Modern science caught up in the 1970s and 1980s when researchers like Dr. Stephen LaBerge at Stanford University confirmed that lucid dreaming could be scientifically observed. LaBerge demonstrated that dreamers who became lucid could consciously move their eyes in specific patterns, which were recorded in sleep laboratories as proof of their awareness. At its core, lucid dreaming hinges on one key element: recognizing that you're in a dream. This realization can happen spontaneously, often triggered by a peculiar detail in the dream. Perhaps you notice that a clock shows nonsense symbols, or you're able to fly without effort. These moments of recognition, wait, this is a dream, open the door to lucidity. Once aware, some dreamers simply observe the dreams unfolding, while others take control, directing their actions, interacting with dream characters, or reshaping the dream environment. People are drawn to lucid dreaming for various reasons. For some, it's a chance to live out impossible fantasies, soaring through the sky, walking on alien worlds, or meeting historical figures. Others use lucid dreams as a personal growth tool, confronting fears, solving problems, or rehearsing real-life scenarios within a dream can lead to meaningful insights or improved confidence. Athletes and performers, for example, have used lucid dreaming to mentally practice skills, refining their abilities in a low-stakes environment. Many people become interested in lucid dreaming as a way to overcome nightmares. By becoming aware that they're dreaming, they can transform terrifying situations. Instead of fleeing from a monster, they might face it head-on, ask it questions, or even make it vanish. This empowerment can significantly reduce the emotional toll of recurring nightmares and help people feel more in control of their inner world. Achieving lucid dreams often requires practice and dedication. Techniques like reality checks, where you ask yourself throughout the day if you're dreaming, can increase your chances of becoming lucid. Dream journaling is another powerful tool, helping you recognize recurring dream themes and symbols. By writing down your dreams each morning, you begin to notice patterns that can cue lucidity when they reappear. Another popular approach is the wake-initiated lucid dream, WILD, which involves entering a dream directly from a waking state by focusing on mental imagery and staying aware as your body falls asleep. Despite its allure, lucid dreaming isn't without challenges. Some people find it difficult to stay lucid once they realize they're dreaming. Excitement can wake them up, or the dream might fade. Learning to remain calm and gradually explore the dream can help maintain lucidity for longer periods. Additionally, some people worry about sleep quality, though research suggests that occasional lucid dreaming doesn't significantly disrupt rest. However, becoming too focused on lucidity at the expense of natural sleep can lead to frustration or fatigue. Lucid dreaming offers a fascinating window into the mind's capabilities. It's a reminder that our inner world is vast, flexible, and ripe for exploration. Whether you use it to fly through the stars, resolve emotional conflicts, or simply experience the wonder of a dream, fully aware, lucid dreaming blurs the line between waking and sleeping, inviting us to embrace our creativity and curiosity. In the end, it's not just about controlling dreams. It's about discovering what's possible when you become an active participant in the stories your mind creates every night. Precognitive dreams. Imagine drifting off to sleep, only to find yourself witnessing an event that hasn't yet happened. The dream is vivid, almost real. Then, days, weeks, or even years later, that same event unfolds in waking life exactly as you saw it. This is the phenomenon of precognitive dreams, the idea that in the quiet of the night, we sometimes glimpse the future before it arrives. Reports of precognitive dreams have existed for centuries, crossing cultures, religions, and historical periods. People have shared tales of dreaming about natural disasters, unexpected encounters, or specific details that later come to pass. These experiences often leave dreamers both amazed and unsettled. How could their minds know what would happen before it did? For those who experience precognitive dreams, the feeling of déjà vu upon seeing the dream come true can be profound. Some view it as a mysterious gift, others as a strange coincidence. One of the most famous accounts of a precognitive dream involves Abraham Lincoln, According to historical anecdotes, Lincoln reportedly dreamed of walking through the White House and seeing a coffin. When he asked a soldier standing nearby who had died, the soldier replied, "The president." A few days later, Lincoln was assassinated. Whether or not the dream happened exactly as described, stories like this fuel the belief that certain dreams can provide a preview of future events. While many claim to have experienced precognitive dreams, explaining them is another matter entirely. Skeptics argue that these dreams might simply be the result of chance or selective memory. The human brain dreams about countless scenarios each night, most of which are forgotten upon waking. Occasionally, one of these dreams might coincidentally align with future events, giving the illusion of foresight. This perspective suggests that precognitive dreams are not truly predictive, but rather an example of the brain's natural pattern recognition skills, combined with hindsight bias. Others believe that precognitive dreams could be a reflection of subtle cues picked up during waking life. Imagine hearing a news story about a coming storm, or noticing subtle changes in a loved one's behavior. These small details may lodge in the subconscious, resurfacing in dreams before the conscious mind fully processes them. In this view, precognitive dreams are less about predicting the future and more about synthesizing information we've already encountered but haven't yet consciously recognized. Still, proponents of precognition hold on to more extraordinary explanations. Some suggest that dreams might tap into a different layer of reality, one where time is more fluid, allowing the subconscious to access future possibilities. Others turn to theories about quantum mechanics or interconnected consciousness, positing that the mind may somehow perceive events before they occur. While there is no scientific consensus supporting these ideas, they remain intriguing possibilities for those who experience repeated or highly specific precognitive dreams. In modern times, the phenomenon has gained renewed interest through forums, social media, and online communities where individuals share their experiences. People often recount dreaming of a stranger's face and later meeting them, seeing a disaster unfold in a dream and watching it happen on the news, or even predicting personal events like pregnancies, job changes, or relocations. These stories fuel the belief that precognitive dreams are not just random occurrences, but an untapped capacity of the human mind. Despite the lack of concrete evidence, the notion of precognitive dreams continues to fascinate. They challenge our understanding of time, memory, and the boundaries of consciousness. Whether they are truly glimpses of the future or simply coincidences that stand out against the backdrop of our many forgotten dreams, the experience of a precognitive dream leaves an impression. It invites us to ponder the mysteries of the mind and consider whether, at times, our dreams might be offering more than just fleeting images. They might be showing us the road ahead. Shared dreaming phenomena. Imagine waking up and realizing someone else had the exact same dream you did. Not a similar theme or feeling, but the same places, people, and events. The idea of shared dreaming, where two or more individuals experience strikingly similar dreams on the same night, has captivated the human imagination for centuries. While often considered a rare and mysterious phenomenon, shared dreaming raises profound questions about the nature of consciousness, connection, and the limits of our understanding of the dreaming mind. Reports of shared dreams typically come from close friends, family members, or partners who sleep near one another. They wake and compare notes, stunned to discover they both dreamed of the same location, encountered the same characters, or witnessed identical events. In some cases, these dreams even seem to unfold in sequence, as if one person's dream is a continuation of the other's. Such experiences often feel uncanny, leaving dreamers to wonder, how could this happen? Did their minds somehow connect in the night, or is it just an extraordinary coincidence? Skeptics argue that shared dreaming may not be as magical as it seems. They suggest that what feels like a shared dream is often the result of memory blending or post-sleep suggestion. People may start with vague or fragmented recollections and, when prompted by someone else's account, unconsciously reshape their own memories to align with the other person's story. In this view, shared dreaming is not truly a simultaneous experience, but rather a retrospective construction. As memories are discussed, each person may unintentionally fill in the gaps with details that make the dreams appear identical. However, even with this explanation, there remain accounts of shared dreams that defy easy dismissal. Some dreamers describe vivid, unmistakable similarities that seem too specific to be attributed to memory distortion. For instance, two siblings might report walking through the same peculiar forest, encountering the same group of strangers, and then flying above a city they've never visited, describing the same landmarks in detail. Such stories suggest that there might be more at play than simple coincidence. One hypothesis is that shared dreaming could arise from deeply interconnected emotional bonds. People who are extremely close, romantic partners, twins, or long-term friends, may develop such strong psychological ties that their minds influence one another in subtle, subconscious ways. During sleep, these connections might manifest as overlapping dream imagery or parallel narratives. In other words, the emotional closeness creates a kind of mental resonance that allows their dreaming minds to synchronize, at least partially. Another possibility is that shared dreaming reflects a collective unconscious, as proposed by Carl Jung. Jung theorized that all humans share an underlying layer of the mind filled with archetypes and universal symbols. If dreams tap into this shared reservoir, then it's conceivable that multiple people could access similar symbolic material on the same night. For example, if both dreamers are grappling with a shared life event, a family crisis, a cultural moment, or a common emotional struggle, they might each draw from the collective unconscious and produce dreams that appear synchronized. A more speculative explanation is that shared dreaming hints at a form of extrasensory perception or telepathic connection. Some individuals believe that during sleep, the barriers between minds become more permeable, allowing thoughts, images, or emotions to transfer from one person to another. This theory is far from proven and resides squarely in the realm of the paranormal. Yet, it persists because of the sheer number of accounts that seem too specific or vivid to dismiss as mere coincidence. Shared dreams, whether viewed as a psychological curiosity or a genuine paranormal event, continue to fascinate because they challenge our understanding of individual versus collective experience. They blur the boundaries between one person's inner world and another's, suggesting that the mind might be more connected than we typically realize. While science has yet to offer a definitive explanation, the phenomenon of shared dreaming invites us to consider the possibility that our dreamscapes are not entirely separate. Instead, they may intersect in surprising and meaningful ways, leaving us with a sense of wonder about the mysteries of the human mind. Collective unconscious dreams. When you close your eyes and drift into sleep, your dreams often feel intensely personal. Yet, according to Carl Jung, they're not entirely your own. Beneath your individual psyche, Jung proposed, lies a vast, shared reservoir of human experience, the collective unconscious. This hidden layer of the mind holds universal symbols and themes that have emerged across cultures, languages, and centuries. It's as if our dreams tap into a deep well of humanity's shared stories and truths, offering a glimpse into something larger than ourselves. Jung's concept of the collective unconscious is rooted in his observation of recurring motifs in myths, legends, and dreams. He noticed that certain patterns, what he called archetypes, appear consistently, whether in ancient Greek myths, tribal folk tales, or the nightly dreams of modern individuals. These archetypes include the hero, the shadow, the great mother, the wise old man, and many others. While the specific details of a dream vary from person to person, these core themes and characters often remain the same, hinting at a universal psychological structure. Imagine dreaming of a dark, shadowy figure pursuing you through a dense forest. To Jung, this would not merely reflect a personal fear or unresolved conflict. Instead, it could represent the archetypal shadow, those parts of ourselves we reject, hide, or fear. Similarly, if you dream of being guided by a kindly elder through a labyrinth, you may be encountering the archetype of the wise old man, a symbol of knowledge and mentorship that has appeared in countless stories throughout history. Jung believed these archetypes and their recurring patterns serve an important purpose. They help individuals navigate life's challenges, transitions, and mysteries. By presenting these universal themes in our dreams, the collective unconscious provides a kind of internal roadmap, guiding us toward greater understanding, integration, and personal growth. In other words, when we dream, we're not just sorting through personal memories or processing our daily concerns. We're also engaging with the shared psychological heritage of humanity. This idea of a collective unconscious has intriguing implications for how we interpret dreams. Rather than viewing them solely as reflections of individual desires or repressed emotions, Jung's approach invites us to consider their broader meaning. If your dreams feature a recurring motif, a journey, a trickster figure, a protective motherly presence, it might be more than just a coincidence. It could be an archetypal narrative emerging from the collective unconscious, urging you to confront a universal aspect of human experience. In this sense, your dreams connect you to a larger human story, helping you understand not just yourself, but the shared struggles and triumphs of humanity as a whole. One of the most compelling aspects of the collective unconscious is its universality. Across time and culture, people have reported remarkably similar dream themes. A tribal shaman's vision of a snake might carry the same symbolic weight as a modern city dweller's dream of a serpent. Transformation, renewal, or the duality of life and death. These parallels suggest that the collective unconscious operates independently of language, geography, or cultural background. It reflects something deeply ingrained in the human psyche, something that transcends individual experience. Critics of Jung's theory argue that cultural transmission and shared environment might explain these recurring symbols. After all, stories and images travel across generations, influencing art, literature, and belief systems. However, even skeptics must grapple with the striking consistency of certain motifs. Why do people who have never met, living in vastly different societies, dream of similar journeys, confront similar fears, or find inspiration in similar symbols? Jung's collective unconscious provides a thought-provoking answer. These patterns are part of the human condition itself. Dreams that tap into the collective unconscious don't just reflect our personal lives. They remind us of our connection to all humanity. They reveal that our inner struggles are not ours alone, but are shared with countless others who have walked the same paths, faced the same fears, and sought the same wisdom. By exploring these collective themes, we can find deeper meaning in our dreams and, perhaps, a greater understanding of what it means to be human. Quantum dream theory. Imagine falling into a deep sleep and entering a dream so vivid, so complex, that it feels like you've stepped into another world entirely. Now, consider the idea that this dream might not just be a random mental construction, but a window into parallel realities. Quantum dream theory, a speculative and controversial idea, suggests that our dreams could be influenced by quantum processes, perhaps even giving us glimpses into alternative dimensions or timelines. At the heart of quantum dream theory is the notion that the brain might operate at least partially on a quantum level. In quantum mechanics, particles exist in states of uncertainty, superpositions, until observed or measured. This uncertainty opens up a realm of possibilities. Particles can exist in multiple places or states at once. Some theorists have speculated that similar processes might occur in the brain, especially during sleep, when the conscious mind steps aside and the unconscious comes to the forefront. Dreams, according to this line of thought, are not strictly the byproducts of neural activity or random firings. Instead, they might be shaped by quantum phenomena, allowing the mind to explore scenarios that extend beyond our waking reality. This could explain why dreams often feel disjointed, shifting from one scene to another, or presenting situations that defy the normal rules of time and space. If dreams are influenced by quantum states, they could represent a fusion of multiple realities, blending our daily experiences with possibilities from parallel worlds. One of the more speculative ideas in quantum dream theory is that during sleep, the brain tunes in to other dimensions or timelines. Imagine a radio dial being turned, picking up fragments of different stations. In this metaphor, your dreams are the result of the brain receiving faint signals from alternative realities. These signals might be subtle, translating into dream imagery that doesn't fully make sense in our waking world. A dream about meeting a version of yourself who made a different life choice, for instance, could be interpreted as a brush with another reality where that decision actually occurred. This theory is closely linked to the concept of the multiverse, the idea that our universe is just one of many, each with its own unique outcomes and possibilities. If the multiverse exists, and if quantum processes connect these different realms, then dreams might serve as a doorway, however brief and dimly lit, into those alternate worlds. Even if these dreams don't provide clear information, they could offer fleeting insights into how reality might unfold under different conditions. Skeptics argue that quantum dream theory is more philosophical than scientific. While quantum mechanics revolutionized our understanding of particles and the universe at large, there's no concrete evidence that quantum processes play a direct role in dreaming. Modern neuroscience generally explains dreams as the brain's way of processing memories, emotions, and experiences. From this perspective, dreams are highly creative, but they remain grounded in the individual's psyche rather than being influenced by external dimensions or quantum effects. Still, the allure of quantum dream theory lies in its ability to expand our imagination. What if dreams are not just internal stories, but glimpses into the vast web of possibilities that quantum mechanics hints at? This perspective challenges the notion that our nightly adventures are confined to our own minds. Instead, it suggests that our dreams might connect us to something much larger, a vast, interconnected cosmos where multiple versions of reality coexist. For those intrigued by the mysteries of both dreaming and quantum physics, quantum dream theory offers a fascinating blend of science, speculation, and wonder. While it remains unproven and highly controversial, it sparks questions about the nature of consciousness, the fabric of reality, and the true potential of the human mind. Perhaps, just perhaps, each dream we experience is a reminder that our understanding of existence is far from complete, and that the universe in all its complexity might be more interconnected than we ever imagined. Multidimensional dreaming. You find yourself walking down a corridor. The walls shimmer, shifting colors as if they're alive. At the end of the hallway, a door opens into a lush forest where the trees seem impossibly tall and the air hums with an otherworldly energy. You step through, aware that this is a dream, but also aware that it feels distinctly different, not just a dreamscape created by your own mind, but a realm with its own rules, its own depth. This is the essence of multi-dimensional dreaming, the notion that our dreams might serve as gateways to other layers of existence beyond the familiar boundaries of our waking reality. Multi-dimensional dreaming is a concept that suggests dreams are not merely internal experiences or reflections of our subconscious, but a way for the mind to explore alternative dimensions of existence. These dimensions may not be physical places, as we understand them, but rather states of being, levels of consciousness, or parallel realities. Within this framework, the boundaries between the dreamer and the dream dissolve. Instead of being confined to the workings of the individual brain, dreams become a mode of travel, a way to traverse unseen layers of the universe. This perspective builds on ideas found in various spiritual and metaphysical traditions. For centuries, mystics, shamans, and spiritual practitioners have described dreams as journeys to other realms, places where they receive guidance, wisdom, or insight that feels as real as waking life. Modern theorists interested in consciousness and metaphysics have taken these notions a step further, considering whether dreams might actually allow us to access these multidimensional spaces. They propose that during certain types of dreams, particularly lucid or particularly vivid ones, the mind may be tuning into a different layer of reality. These dimensions could be higher planes of existence, parallel timelines, or simply states of awareness that we're not equipped to experience while awake. In this view, a dream about flying above a cityscape or meeting beings who share profound truths might be more than just a creative narrative. Instead, these experiences could represent genuine encounters within another dimension. The vividness of these dreams, their emotional resonance, and the feeling that they are more real than real are all seen as clues that the dreamer's consciousness has shifted into a different state. Proponents of multidimensional dreaming often point to these intense experiences as evidence that our dreams occasionally transcend the limits of the brain's internal processing. Skeptics, of course, argue that these dreams can be explained by normal psychological and neurological processes. Vivid dreams, especially those that occur during REM sleep, are well-documented phenomena. The brain's sensory and emotional centers remain highly active during this stage, creating richly detailed and immersive experiences. From this perspective, multidimensional dreams are simply the result of a highly creative brain drawing on memory, imagination, and emotions to construct fantastical narratives. Yet the allure of multidimensional dreaming lies in its implications. If dreams are not strictly confined to our minds, but instead allow us to touch other layers of reality, what does this mean for our understanding of consciousness and the universe? It raises profound questions. Are there realms beyond the physical that we can only perceive while dreaming? Do our minds have the ability to exist in more than one dimension? If so, what purpose might these dream journeys serve? Some believe that multidimensional dreaming offers a unique opportunity for growth and insight. In these dreams, we may encounter aspects of ourselves that are inaccessible in waking life. We might receive guidance from beings or entities that seem to exist independently of our own thoughts. We may explore realities where the rules of time and space no longer apply, gaining a deeper understanding of the nature of existence. For those who have had these experiences, the impact can be life-changing, prompting them to reevaluate their beliefs about reality, identity, and the power of the human mind. Ultimately, multidimensional dreaming remains a fascinating, if speculative, concept. It invites us to consider that our dreams may be more than just stories spun by the subconscious. Instead, they might be voyages into realms beyond our normal perception, a reminder that the universe and our place within it is far more complex and wondrous than we can imagine. Simulated reality dreams. Imagine slipping into a dream that feels startlingly real, where every detail, every sensation is as vivid as waking life. Now, imagine that this dream isn't just a product of your subconscious, but a microcosm of a larger, constructed reality. This is the concept behind simulated reality dreams, the idea that our dreams may be small-scale reflections of a broader simulation, offering clues that we exist in a carefully designed, virtual construct. The theory of simulated reality itself has gained traction over recent decades, with philosophers and scientists speculating that our waking life might be part of an advanced computer simulation. Proponents argue that as civilizations progress technologically, they may develop the capacity to create realistic simulated universes. If that's the case, and countless such simulations exist, it might be more statistically probable that we're living in one of these simulated realities than in an original physical universe. When applied to dreams, this concept becomes even more intriguing. If our waking world is a simulation, then our dreams could be seen as sub-simulations within that larger construct. Much like a virtual reality experience within a video game, dreams might function as simulations nested within a greater, all-encompassing system. From this perspective, the fluid, surreal nature of dreams may mirror the underlying structure of the simulated reality itself, where rules can bend, time can shift, and logic can be suspended. This viewpoint also raises questions about the function of dreams within a simulated reality. In our current understanding, dreams are often seen as the brain's way of processing emotions, consolidating memories, or exploring creative possibilities. However, if we're living in a simulation, dreams might serve a different purpose altogether. They could be intentional features of the simulation, designed to help inhabitants cope with their virtual environment. Dreams might provide a space for trial and error learning, allowing individuals to test scenarios or explore emotions without disrupting the main program. For instance, consider a dream where you're navigating a complex maze. In a simulated reality framework, this dream might be a kind of training exercise, teaching you problem-solving skills that can be applied to challenges within the larger simulation. Similarly, a dream about flying could serve as a reminder that the boundaries you perceive in waking life, gravity, time, physics, are not absolute. Instead, these dreams might gently hint at the underlying nature of the simulated world, encouraging you to question your assumptions and explore new perspectives. Critics of simulated reality dreams often point out that the connection between dreams and a broader simulation is speculative at best. Traditional neuroscience provides well-documented explanations for why we dream, focusing on brain activity during sleep rather than external constructs. While the idea of a simulated reality is fascinating, there is currently no direct evidence to suggest that dreams are influenced by anything beyond our neural networks. From this perspective, dreams remain a product of our personal experiences, emotions, and imagination. No simulation required. However, the concept of simulated reality, dreams, continues to capture the imagination because it encourages us to think deeply about the nature of our existence. If we entertain the possibility that our waking life might be a simulation, then dreams could hold symbolic significance, pointing us toward larger truths about our place in this supposed construct. They remind us that reality, whether physical, virtual, or something in between, is never as fixed or as straightforward as it seems. Ultimately, Simulated reality dreams offer a unique lens through which to view our nightly adventures. Even if the idea remains purely theoretical, it challenges us to consider the boundaries of reality, the potential layers of existence, and the purpose of our own consciousness. Whether dreams are simply a reflection of our minds or tiny echoes of a simulated cosmos, they continue to intrigue, inspire, and invite us to explore the mysteries of our world and whatever lies beyond it. Chaos and neural network dreams. Imagine yourself floating in a strange dreamscape. The scenes shift rapidly. One moment, you're on a mountain, the next, in an underwater city. Faces and voices appear, only to melt away before you can grasp them. These unpredictable transitions and bizarre narratives might feel like a random whirlwind of the mind, but some theories suggest that the chaos within dreams arises from the way our neural networks operate. Dreaming, in this view, is not the result of a single story spinning in our heads, but rather the emergent product of billions of neurons firing together, forming patterns in a sea of randomness. As we sleep, especially during REM stages, neural activity becomes highly dynamic. Signals dart across the brain, activating areas associated with memory, emotion, and sensory processing. Instead of following a structured plot, our brain's natural chaos results in fragmented, surreal experiences. But rather than being meaningless, this chaos is thought to serve a crucial role. Neural networks, like the brain, thrive on variability. They are designed not to repeat the same response every time, but to remain flexible and adaptable. During waking hours, much of the brain's activity is directed by external stimuli. When we sleep, that external input is silenced, leaving the brain's internal dynamics to run freely. This freedom allows neural circuits to reorganize themselves, strengthen certain connections, and prune away others. The apparent chaos of our dreams may reflect this underlying biological process, the brain keeping itself flexible, plastic, and ready to adapt when we wake. In this framework, dreams serve as a kind of debugging mode for the brain. The chaotic firing patterns help identify which connections are stable and which need adjustment. It's akin to running a complex system through a stress test, allowing it to maintain its efficiency and functionality. The seemingly random, shifting content of dreams is a byproduct of this neural maintenance, an external manifestation of the brain's internal housekeeping. This theory also sheds light on why dreams often feel so emotionally charged. During REM sleep, the amygdala, the brain's emotion processing center, becomes highly active. Combined with the chaotic firing of neural circuits, this emotional intensity can create surreal, vivid dream narratives. While these dreams may seem irrational or nonsensical on the surface, they reflect the brain's attempt to integrate emotional memories, process experiences, and maintain its emotional stability. Critics argue that attributing dreams solely to neural chaos might oversimplify their meaning. After all, dreams often seem deeply personal, drawing on familiar imagery and recurring themes. But proponents of the chaos and neural network perspective suggest that the personal meaning we assign to dreams comes after the fact. The brain creates patterns from the chaos, and once we wake, we interpret those patterns, giving them narrative significance. In other words, the dream's content, no matter how strange, may be less important than the process. It's the dynamic interplay of neurons, the constant reorganization of connections, that allows the brain to remain flexible and efficient. This ongoing neural activity ensures that we can learn new skills, adapt to new environments, and maintain a wide range of cognitive abilities. The bizarre stories we experience in dreams are the visible surface of a much deeper and more important biological process. Ultimately, This perspective encourages us to think of dreams not just as narratives, but as reflections of the brain's incredible complexity. They remind us that beneath the seemingly random imagery lies a system working tirelessly to keep us sharp, resilient, and ready for the unpredictable world that awaits when we open our eyes. Reverse reality theory. Imagine a dream where time flows backward, where the conclusion comes first, and the beginning is only revealed at the end. You might see a vase shattered on the floor, then watch as the fragments rise, reassemble, and return to a table. The scene makes perfect sense in the moment, even as it defies the rules of cause and effect that govern our waking lives. This is the essence of reverse reality theory, the notion that in dreams, time or causality may operate in reverse, offering a unique lens through which we can explore hidden truths about ourselves and the universe. Reverse reality theory challenges the conventional understanding of dreams as linear narratives. While in waking life, events unfold, one after the other, dreams often seem to play by their own rules. You might experience the aftermath of an event before you witness its cause. A joyful reunion might come before the long separation that led to it. Dreams seem to rearrange the sequence of events, sometimes moving backward or skipping around in ways that defy logic. In this sense, dreams can be thought of as a realm where the arrow of time bends and loops, allowing us to experience reality in unconventional and surprising ways. This reversal or distortion of time in dreams could serve several purposes. One interpretation is that it allows the mind to re-examine events and emotions from a new perspective. By presenting the outcome first, a dream might encourage us to reflect on what led to that outcome. It could reveal hidden motivations, overlooked details, or connections we missed in waking life. In other words, reverse reality dreaming might act as a subconscious tool for understanding cause and effect from a different angle, showing us the result before we understand the reasons behind it. The theory also offers a metaphorical explanation for the surreal nature of dreams. In our daily lives, we often think of the past as fixed and the future as uncertain. But in dreams, this boundary softens. A dream might begin with a resolution, such as healing after a conflict, before showing the conflict itself. This rearrangement can help us process experiences in a way that feels more complete or emotionally resonant. By playing out events in reverse, the mind might be trying to highlight the end result we desire or emphasize the emotions tied to an outcome, rather than the step-by-step process of getting there. Reverse reality theory also aligns with certain philosophical and psychological perspectives on time and memory. Some philosophers argue that time is not as rigid as it appears. Our perception of it might be more flexible than we realize, especially in altered states of consciousness like dreaming. Psychologists, meanwhile, have noted that memory does not always operate linearly. We often recall the most emotionally charged moments first, filling in the details later. Dreams may reflect this non-linear nature, with significant emotions or outcomes taking center stage before the narrative catches up. Skeptics of reverse reality theory might argue that these dream patterns are simply a result of the brain's attempt to consolidate memories and emotions rather than a fundamental alteration of time. In this view, the seemingly reverse sequences in dreams are just a byproduct of how the brain processes information during sleep. However, even if the reversal is not a literal rewriting of time's arrow, the experience still holds value. It challenges us to think differently, to question our assumptions about how events unfold, and to explore the possibility that our inner world operates on a timeline of its own. Ultimately, reverse reality theory invites us to embrace the peculiar and transformative nature of dreams. It suggests that dreams are more than just fragmented memories or random neural activity. They are a space where reality can be reimagined, where time can loop and fold in unexpected ways, and where we can gain new insights by seeing the world, not as it is, but as it might be. In this dreamscape, beginnings and endings blur, allowing us to explore life's mysteries from a fresh and intriguing perspective. Self-healing in dreams. Imagine drifting off to sleep with a heavy heart, only to wake feeling lighter, more at peace and more hopeful. Many of us have experienced dreams that seem to provide solace or clarity during difficult times, dreams that leave us feeling as if some kind of inner healing has taken place. This idea that dreams can foster self-healing suggests that while we sleep, our minds engage in a natural, subconscious process that helps us emotionally, mentally, and even physically recover from life's challenges. Self-healing dreams are often vivid and emotionally charged, featuring themes of transformation, resolution, or release. You might dream of mending a broken object, finding a long-lost friend, or completing a difficult journey. In waking life, you may still be grappling with sadness, stress, or confusion, but the dream's imagery and narrative can provide a sense of closure or hope. These dreams don't necessarily solve problems directly, but they seem to offer a way for the mind to work through inner turmoil, paving the way for a more balanced emotional state. One reason self-healing dreams might occur is that sleep, especially the REM stage, is closely tied to emotional processing. During REM sleep, the brain is highly active, replaying and reorganizing emotional experiences. This period of heightened brain activity allows us to revisit difficult or unresolved feelings in a safe, controlled environment. In waking life, we might avoid confronting certain emotions or memories because they feel overwhelming or painful. But in dreams, we're not limited by conscious defenses. The mind can explore these issues in symbolic, creative ways, making it easier to process them and ultimately move forward. These healing dreams can take many forms. Some people report experiencing vivid release dreams, where they cry, scream, or express strong emotions in ways they never would while awake. Others describe dreams of comfort, being embraced by a loved one, finding a long-lost item, or experiencing a serene and beautiful landscape. Even dreams that seem strange or nonsensical at first can carry healing messages, using symbols and metaphors to address deep-seated emotional wounds. Over time, these dreams can help reduce the intensity of negative feelings, making it easier to approach life's challenges with a clearer, calmer mindset. Interestingly, research suggests that dreaming may play a role in regulating stress. Studies have found that people who experience vivid dreams often report feeling less emotionally reactive the next day, as if the dream provided a kind of emotional detox. Dreams may help the brain process stress by replaying stressful situations in a symbolic form, allowing us to practice new responses, reframe our perspectives, or simply vent the emotional buildup. Over time, this process can lead to a greater sense of resilience and emotional well-being. In addition to emotional healing, some believe that dreams can contribute to physical recovery. While this idea is more speculative, certain traditions and anecdotal accounts suggest that dreams might signal the body's healing processes at work. People recovering from illness or injury often report dreaming about healing symbols, like wounds closing, broken structures being repaired, or nurturing figures offering care. While it's unclear whether these dreams directly influence physical healing, they may reflect the brain's awareness of the body's natural recovery processes. Feeling emotionally supported or reassured in a dream can also improve overall well-being, indirectly contributing to a more positive mindset that supports physical health. Many ancient cultures viewed dreams as essential tools for healing, In ancient Greece, for example, people would visit healing temples called Asclepieions, where they hoped to receive guidance or treatment through their dreams. Today, modern dream researchers and therapists continue to explore how dreams can promote self-discovery, emotional release, and personal growth. By understanding the patterns and symbols in our dreams, we can uncover the subconscious messages our minds are sending us, messages that often carry the seeds of healing and transformation. Ultimately, self-healing in dreams reminds us that our minds are not passive entities. Even when we sleep, the brain continues to work, processing experiences, addressing emotional pain, and helping us find inner equilibrium. While dreams may not offer a direct cure for life's challenges, they provide a valuable space where healing can begin. By paying attention to our dreams, reflecting on their imagery, and appreciating their emotional depth, we can tap into a natural, subconscious source of resilience, renewal, and self-discovery. Prophetic dreaming. Imagine dreaming about a distant figure walking through an unfamiliar town, only to travel there weeks later and see that exact scene unfold. Or waking from a dream in which a long-lost friend reaches out and the very next day they call. Stories of prophetic dreams, dreams that seem to predict future events, have intrigued and mystified people for millennia. While modern science has yet to find a mechanism for true precognition, the phenomenon continues to captivate those who experience it, leaving us to wonder, can our dreams offer glimpses of the future? Throughout history, prophetic dreams have been intertwined with culture, religion, and folklore. Ancient Greek texts describe dreamers who saw omens of victory or defeat before battles. Medieval accounts often feature saints or visionaries who dreamed of disasters, plagues, or miraculous recoveries long before they happened. In many indigenous traditions, dreams are considered sacred messages from the spirit world, with some viewed as guiding visions that foretell critical events. These accounts reflect a deep, enduring belief that our sleeping minds can tap into knowledge beyond our immediate understanding. For those who experience prophetic dreams, the sensation can be startling. The details of the dream, places, people, conversations, feel unusually vivid, standing out from the usual flow of nightly imaginings. Weeks, months, or even years later, the dream's events may come to pass with uncanny accuracy. This often leaves the dreamer questioning how it could be possible. Were they merely picking up on subtle cues in their environment, or is there something more mysterious at work? One common explanation is that prophetic dreams are the result of heightened pattern recognition. Our brains, even while asleep, process vast amounts of information from daily life. Minor details, overheard conversations, fleeting impressions, gut feelings might not register consciously, but still leave an imprint on the subconscious. In dreams, these fragments can coalesce into a scenario that aligns with future events. When that event occurs, it feels as though the dream predicted it, but it may simply have been a subconscious projection of information the dreamer already knew on some level. Others believe that these dreams could stem from emotional anticipation. For example, if someone dreams about a loved one's illness or a major life change, it may reflect underlying fears, hopes, or intuitions. When a similar situation arises later, the dream seems prophetic. Yet, in this view, the dream is less a glimpse of the future and more a reflection of the dreamer's current state of mind, an emotional rehearsal rather than a literal prediction. Still, some theories suggest that prophetic dreams might involve a form of time perception that we don't fully understand. This idea draws from fields like quantum mechanics and theories of non-linear time. While purely speculative, it raises intriguing questions. If time is not as straightforward as it seems, could dreams offer a glimpse into future events by tapping into a deeper layer of reality? This line of thinking remains on the fringes of scientific exploration, but it resonates with those who believe their dreams truly foresee what's to come. Skeptics argue that many prophetic dreams are simply the result of selective memory or coincidence. People have multiple dreams every night, most of which are forgotten or never come true. When one happens to align with future events, it stands out dramatically, reinforcing the belief in prophetic dreaming. Cognitive biases, such as confirmation bias, can also play a role. Once a dream appears prophetic, the dreamer may reinterpret the details to fit the actual event more closely than they originally did. Despite these skeptical perspectives, the allure of prophetic dreams endures. For many, they feel deeply personal and profound, offering a sense of connection to something greater than the self. They challenge our assumptions about time, knowledge, and the boundaries of consciousness. Whether they are products of our subconscious minds, subtle environmental cues, or something more mysterious, prophetic dreams continue to inspire curiosity, wonder, and awe. In the end, the true nature of prophetic dreaming may remain elusive, yet their existence, real or imagined, reminds us of the vast, unexplored potential of our minds. They invite us to question the limits of what we know, to look deeper into the mysteries of sleep, and to remain open to the possibility that our dreams hold more than just memories of the past. They may also carry echoes of what's yet to come. Metamorphosis of the self. Picture yourself in a dream where you encounter an unfamiliar version of you, a figure that's both you and not you at once. You see yourself in new roles with different qualities or strengths, undergoing transformations you never imagined. These dreams are more than just random stories. They seem to reflect a profound process within the psyche, where the self undergoes a symbolic metamorphosis. Often laden with rich imagery and powerful emotions, such dreams can illuminate our journey of personal growth and inner change. The concept of the self transforming in dreams is not new. Throughout history, dreams have been seen as harbingers of personal evolution. In ancient myths and spiritual traditions, people often dreamed of becoming something new: a warrior turning into a wise ruler, a healer becoming a seer, or a wanderer discovering their true purpose. In these stories, the dream wasn't merely a reflection of current circumstances. It was a symbolic guide, helping the dreamer understand their evolving identity and what they must confront or embrace to move forward in life. One common type of self-transformation in dreams involves shedding old roles or identities. You might dream of leaving a worn-out house, casting off heavy clothing, or walking away from a landscape that feels confining. These images often reflect a deeper need to let go of outdated patterns or beliefs that no longer serve you. They suggest that the person you were is giving way to the person you're becoming, even if the process is difficult or unsettling. Such dreams encourage us to face our fears of change, showing that transformation, though challenging, is ultimately liberating. Another form of metamorphosis occurs when you dream of gaining new abilities, qualities, or perspectives. Perhaps you find yourself climbing a mountain you never thought you could scale, speaking confidently in front of a crowd, or taming a wild animal that once frightened you. These dreams reveal hidden strengths, talents, or qualities you may not have recognized in your waking life. They suggest that you are evolving into a more capable, confident, and integrated version of yourself. This type of metamorphosis often leaves dreamers with a sense of empowerment upon waking, as if they've tapped into a part of themselves that was previously inaccessible. In some dreams, the self-transformation is more abstract, but no less meaningful. You might experience a symbolic death and rebirth, dreaming of falling into a dark abyss, only to emerge in a radiant landscape. Or you might see yourself merge with a figure of great wisdom or power, symbolizing the integration of new aspects of your personality. These dreams often occur during times of profound personal change, such as career shifts, relationship transitions, or periods of intense self-reflection. They serve as a reminder that even in life's darkest moments, the self is constantly adapting, growing, and redefining its boundaries. The metamorphosis of the self in dreams is not merely a passive experience, it's an active process of self-discovery. When we dream of becoming someone new, we're exploring parts of our psyche that we may have ignored or suppressed. These dreams encourage us to question our assumptions about who we are, to embrace our evolving nature, and to see ourselves not as fixed entities, but as ever-changing, dynamic beings. Interpreting these dreams often requires attention to the symbols and emotions they contain. What qualities does your transformed self embody? What challenges do you face during the metamorphosis? The answers to these questions can provide valuable insight into your personal growth. They help you understand what you need to let go of, what you need to cultivate, and what direction your life might be taking. In this way, dreams of self-transformation are like mirrors, reflecting not just who you are now, but who you are becoming. Ultimately, the metamorphosis of the self in dreams reminds us that change is a natural and necessary part of life. These dreams show us that personal growth often involves shedding the old, embracing the new, and discovering aspects of ourselves we never knew existed. They encourage us to see transformation not as something to fear, but as something to welcome, a sign that we are alive, evolving, and capable of becoming the best versions of ourselves. Out-of-body dreaming, you find yourself hovering above a quiet city, gazing down at its shimmering lights. The streets stretch out below you, impossibly distant, yet you see them as clearly as if you were standing there. A gentle breeze brushes against you, and you realize something startling. You aren't just imagining this, you're experiencing it. Your body is asleep, far away, but here you are, fully aware, fully present, in what feels like another plane of existence. This is the essence of out-of-body dreaming, the sensation of leaving your physical form and exploring the world beyond the boundaries of your waking self. For centuries, people from various cultures and belief systems have described such dreams. In some traditions, they are seen as spiritual journeys, moments when the soul departs the body to explore other realms. In others, they are interpreted as a natural extension of the dreaming mind's ability to create vivid, immersive experiences. Regardless of the explanation, the phenomenon of out-of-body dreaming consistently fascinates and challenges our understanding of consciousness. Out-of-body dreams are distinct from ordinary dreams in a few key ways. First, there's often a strong sense of lucidity. Dreamers frequently report being fully aware that they are dreaming and having the ability to direct their actions. Instead of following a storyline constructed by the subconscious, they feel free to move, explore, and interact with the dream environment. This heightened sense of control can make the dream feel more like a conscious experience than a typical REM cycle fantasy. Another hallmark of out-of-body dreams is the sensation of separation from the physical self. Many people describe a floating or rising sensation as if their consciousness has untethered from their body. Some report seeing their sleeping form below them before venturing off into the dreamscape. This unique perspective, being aware of oneself as both the observer and the observed, can be disorienting but also deeply intriguing. It raises questions about the nature of identity and the boundaries between the physical and the mental. While some interpret out-of-body dreams as literal astral projections or spiritual journeys, others view them through a more psychological or neurological lens. One theory suggests that these dreams occur when the brain's spatial and self-referential networks become decoupled during sleep. In simpler terms, the brain temporarily loses its usual sense of where the body is located, creating the illusion of being out of the body. This doesn't mean the dreamer's consciousness has actually left their physical form, but it can certainly feel that way. The resulting experience is vivid, immersive, and unlike anything encountered in waking life. Despite their enigmatic nature, out-of-body dreams can have profound personal and psychological effects. Many people report feelings of wonder, clarity, or even spiritual awakening after such dreams. The experience of leaving oneself, even temporarily, often encourages deep introspection. What does it mean to be you if your sense of self can detach from your body? Can the boundaries of the mind extend beyond physical form? These questions linger, prompting dreamers to rethink their assumptions about reality, consciousness, and the nature of existence. For some, out-of-body dreams also offer a unique opportunity for self-exploration. With practice, certain dreamers claim they can intentionally enter this state, using it to overcome fears, gain insight into their emotions, or simply enjoy the sensation of freedom and weightlessness. Whether these experiences are purely internal or connected to something beyond the self, they remain a source of fascination and inspiration. Ultimately, out-of-body dreaming invites us to expand our perspective. It challenges the conventional notion that we are bound entirely by our physical form, encouraging us to imagine a reality where consciousness might stretch beyond those boundaries. Whether viewed as a psychological phenomenon, a neurological quirk, or a spiritual journey, these dreams remind us that the mind and the universe holds more mysteries than we can fully comprehend. Dimensional travel theory. You find yourself in a strange, shimmering landscape. The air feels different, denser, electric. A city looms in the distance, its architecture unlike anything you've seen before. The colors shift, the shapes stretch and bend. And though you know this is a dream, it feels like more than that. It's as if you've stepped into another world entirely, another dimension. This is the essence of dimensional travel theory, the idea that dreams may serve as portals, allowing our consciousness to briefly traverse unseen layers of reality. Dimensional travel theory suggests that when we dream, we aren't merely exploring the contents of our subconscious minds. Instead, our dreams may take us beyond the boundaries of what we know, into realms that exist parallel to or beyond our physical universe. These dimensions could be alternate versions of reality, higher planes of existence, or entirely new realms governed by different laws of physics and consciousness. In this view, dreams aren't just mental constructs, they're journeys into these hidden dimensions. Supporters of this theory often point to the unique qualities of dreams that feel unusually vivid, coherent, or immersive. While most dreams are fragmented and fleeting, some stand out as startlingly realistic, with consistent geography, distinct characters, and a sense of continuity that goes beyond the typical dream experience. Proponents believe that these dreams might represent true dimensional travel, where the dreamer's consciousness temporarily shifts to a different plane. But how might such travel occur? Dimensional travel theory often draws on ideas from quantum mechanics and advanced theoretical physics. In quantum theory, the concept of parallel universes or alternate realities isn't entirely far-fetched. If such alternate dimensions exist, it's conceivable, though highly speculative, that consciousness might have the ability to tune into them under certain conditions. Dreaming, with its altered state of awareness and freedom from waking constraints, might provide the perfect window into these hidden realms. In other words, the dreaming mind could be a natural vehicle for dimensional exploration. This perspective also resonates with various spiritual and metaphysical traditions. Many ancient cultures describe dreams as journeys to other worlds. Shamans, mystics, and seers often spoke of traveling to spiritual planes or encountering beings from different realms while in dream states. In these accounts, dreams were not dismissed as random or meaningless. They were treated as meaningful excursions into a larger, interconnected multiverse. Dimensional travel theory echoes these age-old beliefs, suggesting that such experiences are not just symbolic, but may reflect actual crossings into other dimensions. Skeptics, however, argue that dimensional travel dreams are likely no more than vivid, emotionally intense creations of the subconscious mind. Neuroscientists explain that the brain's natural ability to simulate reality, combining memory, emotion, and imagination, can produce highly convincing dream worlds. From this perspective, what feels like a journey to another dimension is actually the brain's creative way of processing daily experiences, unresolved conflicts, and personal aspirations. The dream might seem extraordinary, but it remains firmly grounded in the individual's internal psyche. Yet, even if dimensional travel theory is purely speculative, it offers a fresh lens through which to view our dreams. By framing certain dreams as journeys into the unknown, the theory invites us to explore the possibility that our minds are capable of more than we currently understand. It encourages a sense of wonder, prompting us to consider what lies beyond our ordinary perception. Are we confined to the reality we know, or do dreams hint at deeper, more complex layers of existence? Ultimately, dimensional travel theory enriches the way we think about dreaming. Whether these dream experiences are genuine crossings into parallel worlds or vivid creations of the mind, they remind us that sleep is not merely a time of rest, it's a time of exploration, an opportunity to venture beyond the limits of the everyday and into realms that may expand our understanding of reality itself. Symbolic reality theory. As you drift into sleep, your mind begins to weave a tapestry of vivid images and fragmented scenes. In one moment, you're standing before a towering tree with golden leaves, its branches reaching into a purple sky. In another, you're walking down an endless hallway lined with ancient, unmarked doors. None of it follows waking logic, yet it feels deeply meaningful. This is the heart of symbolic reality theory, the idea that dreams are not random or meaningless, but a symbolic realm where every element is imbued with hidden messages and deeper significance. Symbolic reality theory suggests that dreams are not just the brain's way of sorting memories or firing off neural patterns. Instead, they form a symbolic language, one that uses imagery, metaphor, and emotion to communicate insights that our waking minds may overlook. In this view, every dream element is a signpost, a message encoded by the subconscious to help us navigate our inner world. By interpreting these symbols, we can uncover hidden truths about ourselves, resolve conflicts, and gain new perspectives on our lives. For example, dreaming of a locked door might symbolize a part of yourself you've been unable to access, an untapped potential, or a repressed emotion. Seeing a snake could represent transformation, healing, or a fear you need to confront, depending on the dream's emotional tone and context. These symbols are rarely straightforward. They require reflection and personal association. Symbolic reality theory holds that by delving into these dream images, we can unlock layers of meaning that guide us toward growth and self-awareness. What makes symbolic reality theory especially compelling is its universal aspect. While dream symbols are often unique to the individual, Some images and themes appear repeatedly across cultures and eras. Archetypal symbols, such as water representing the unconscious, or light symbolizing understanding, often surface in dreams. This suggests that while each person's dream symbols are influenced by their personal experiences, there is also a shared language of symbols rooted in human psychology. Dreams, in this sense, are deeply personal, yet profoundly connected to the broader human experience. Interpreting dreams through symbolic reality theory can be a powerful tool for self-discovery. It encourages us to approach our dreams with curiosity rather than dismissal. By asking questions, what does this symbol mean to me? How did I feel in the dream? What current issues might it reflect? We can begin to unravel the messages our subconscious is sending. Over time, we may notice patterns or recurring symbols, revealing ongoing themes in our inner lives. Skeptics, of course, point out that dream interpretation is inherently subjective. While symbolic reality theory offers a rich framework, it relies heavily on personal association and intuition. Critics might argue that a locked door is just a locked door, or that a snake is simply a random image conjured by the sleeping brain. In this view, dreams are fascinating and complex, but they don't necessarily carry a coded message waiting to be deciphered. Yet, even if dream symbols are not universally meaningful, the process of exploring them can still be valuable. By reflecting on the imagery and emotional resonance of our dreams, we engage in a dialogue with our subconscious. This process can lead to greater self-awareness, helping us identify hidden concerns, clarify our desires, and even spark creative inspiration. Whether or not dreams are inherently symbolic, treating them as such allows us to explore our inner world in a unique and insightful way. Ultimately, symbolic reality theory encourages us to view our dreams as more than fleeting nighttime stories. It invites us to see them as mirrors of the soul, offering guidance, clarity, and inspiration. Dreams become a personal mythos, a realm of symbols and metaphors that reflect our deepest truths. Through this lens, every image, no matter how strange, holds the potential to illuminate the path toward understanding ourselves and our place in the world. Parallel universe dreaming. Imagine falling asleep and finding yourself in a world that feels just as real as the one you leave behind when you close your eyes. Yet, something is off. In this dream, you're living a different life, perhaps in a different time or place. The people you know are there, but they're not quite the same. The streets are familiar, yet strangely altered. Everything feels oddly consistent, as if you've entered another version of reality, a parallel universe. The concept of parallel universe dreaming suggests that certain dreams are more than just fabrications of the mind. Instead, they might be windows into alternate realities where different versions of ourselves exist. These dreams often have a peculiar quality. The settings are rich and stable. The events follow a certain logic, and the dreamer may even feel a sense of continuity from one night to the next. In these moments, it's as if the dreamer is glimpsing a life they could have lived, one that runs parallel to their own, but unfolds along a slightly different path. One of the intriguing aspects of parallel universe dreaming is the idea that our consciousness might be able to tune in to these other realities. Just as a radio can pick up various stations, the dreaming mind might temporarily shift frequencies, allowing us to experience a slice of a parallel world. These dreams often leave a lasting impression, not just because of their vividness, but because they hint at the existence of something beyond our everyday understanding. In this framework, dreams aren't mere fantasies or random neural firings. Instead, they act as bridges, connecting us to multiple versions of ourselves and our environment. Some theorists propose that during sleep, the brain's filters relax, making it easier for consciousness to explore realms that are normally hidden. The resulting dream experiences might not be purely imaginary, but could instead be fleeting glimpses into alternate timelines or dimensions. Supporters of this idea point to recurring dream locations and characters as evidence. Many people report dreaming of places they've never been in waking life, yet these places remain consistent across multiple dreams. The layout of the streets, the appearance of the buildings, and the interactions with people all seem stable, as if the dreamer is returning to the same alternate reality night after night. In these recurring dreams, the parallel universe theory suggests that the dreamer is not simply revisiting a memory, but experiencing an ongoing storyline in another version of existence. Critics, of course, argue that these experiences can be explained by the brain's natural ability to create detailed, immersive narratives. Neuroscience tells us that the brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and engages in creative problem-solving during sleep. Recurring dreamscapes could simply be a reflection of this process, an efficient way for the brain to reuse familiar imagery and settings rather than creating entirely new ones each night. Yet even if parallel universe dreaming remains speculative, it opens up a fascinating dialogue about the nature of reality and consciousness. Could our dreams be more than just internal constructs? Might they serve as glimpses into a broader, more interconnected multiverse? These questions invite us to consider the possibility that our sense of self and our understanding of the universe may be far more complex than we typically imagine. Ultimately, whether parallel universe dreaming represents actual crossings into other dimensions or is simply a product of the mind's creative power, it serves as a reminder of the mystery and potential within the dream state. It challenges us to think beyond the boundaries of the familiar and to explore the idea that reality, both waking and dreaming, might be more fluid, expansive, and wondrous than we ever thought possible. Memory defragmentation. You close your eyes, drift into sleep, and your mind begins to weave a patchwork of scenes, faces, and feelings. Some moments from the day flash by: an old friend's smile, a tense meeting, the sound of rain against your window. Others are more abstract: a room you've never seen, a journey that never happened. And yet, when you wake, you feel refreshed. Somehow, those scattered impressions have settled, leaving you more focused and clear-headed. This experience aligns with the memory defragmentation theory, which suggests that dreams help organize, sort, and integrate our experiences, much like defragmenting a hard drive. The concept of memory defragmentation in dreams is rooted in the idea that our brains store information much like a computer stores data. Throughout the day, we gather countless pieces of information, some important, some trivial. These fragments can become scattered, overlapping, or jumbled. Dreams, particularly those occurring during REM sleep, may serve as a natural process to rearrange these fragments, consolidating related bits of memory into a cohesive whole. The result? A cleaner mental state, better prepared for the challenges of the waking world. Neuroscientists have long studied how sleep and memory are connected. Research has shown that REM sleep, the stage where vivid dreaming often occurs, is critical for memory consolidation. During this phase, the brain replays and strengthens connections between neurons, particularly those involved in learning and memory. In other words, the brain uses sleep and the dreams that come with it to sift through the day's experiences, filtering out what's important, discarding what's not, and integrating new knowledge with old. Think of a library full of books and loose pages. After a busy day, it's as if the library's shelves are in disarray. Dreaming is like a librarian working overnight, carefully placing books in the right sections, reshuffling misplaced volumes, and ensuring that everything is easy to find when you need it. By morning, the library is organized and your mental shelves are ready for the day's new information. What's fascinating is how this process plays out in the dreamscape. Many of our dreams seem nonsensical or surreal. One moment you're reliving a childhood memory, the next you're flying through a futuristic city. But these seemingly random narratives might actually reflect the brain's attempts to connect disparate pieces of information. The flying city could be your brain's way of linking a science fiction movie you watched with a conversation about urban development. The childhood memory might surface because it shares an emotional theme with something you experienced that day. By combining and reassembling these elements, dreams help to clarify their significance and weave them into the larger fabric of your life story. Interestingly, memory defragmentation theory also suggests that dreams play a role in emotional processing. By revisiting and reinterpreting emotional experiences, dreams help to soften the intensity of strong feelings, making it easier to cope. A distressing argument with a loved one, for example, might appear in a dream with altered details or a more neutral tone. This reprocessing can reduce emotional stress, allowing you to wake up feeling calmer and more balanced. Skeptics, however, caution that while sleep's role in memory consolidation is well supported, the specific function of dreams in this process is harder to prove. Not all dreams clearly relate to recent events or contain obvious memory fragments. Some scientists argue that dreams might simply be a byproduct of the brain's activity during sleep, with no direct purpose in memory organization. Still, the connection between REM sleep, dreams, and memory formation remains a compelling area of study, and many researchers continue to explore how these elements interact. Ultimately, the idea of memory defragmentation in dreams invites us to view our nightly adventures not as random episodes, but as an essential part of the brain's maintenance work. While the dream narratives may be bizarre or hard to follow, they could be the outward signs of an inner process that keeps us mentally sharp, emotionally balanced, and ready for the days ahead. Dreams, in this sense, are not just stories. They are the mind's way of staying organized in a chaotic world. Noetic consciousness in dreams. As you sink into a deep slumber, a dream emerges, a scene bathed in luminous light, filled with unexplainable clarity. You stand in a place that feels both ancient and timeless. The people you encounter speak not with words, but with a kind of knowing, and every detail of the landscape seems to carry profound meaning. Upon waking, you're left with an overwhelming sense that what you experienced wasn't just a dream. It felt more real, more true than reality itself. This phenomenon touches on the concept of noetic consciousness in dreams, the idea that our dream states can offer profound, intuitive insights that go beyond the boundaries of everyday thought. Noetic consciousness refers to a kind of deep knowing, a form of understanding that is intuitive, immediate, and not dependent on logical reasoning. In waking life, we might catch glimpses of this noetic awareness through sudden flashes of insight or aha moments. But in dreams, especially certain vivid or lucid ones, this type of consciousness can become more pronounced. Dreamers often report experiencing heightened clarity, encountering truths that feel self-evident, or gaining knowledge that seems to transcend their waking perspective. What makes dreams so conducive to noetic experiences? One reason may be that during sleep, our usual mental filters and critical thinking processes are less active. This allows the subconscious mind to operate more freely, connecting ideas and patterns that might remain hidden during the structured thought processes of waking life. In this altered state of awareness, The mind is not bound by linear logic, enabling a more holistic, intuitive form of cognition. For instance, a dreamer might find themselves standing before a mysterious figure who communicates not with words, but with an overwhelming sense of meaning. They may not recall the specifics of the exchange, but the impression left behind is profound, like an unspoken truth that resonates on a deeper level. Such dreams often leave the dreamer feeling as if they've touched something larger than themselves, a glimpse of wisdom that lingers long after waking. Some dream researchers and philosophers have suggested that noetic consciousness in dreams could be connected to the brain's ability to access deeper layers of memory and emotion. During REM sleep, the brain is highly active, revisiting and reprocessing experiences from both recent and distant past. In this state, it may also draw upon stored knowledge that hasn't yet reached conscious awareness. As a result, dreams can feel as though they are revealing insights that are already within us, waiting to be uncovered. Beyond the personal realm, some theories propose that noetic dreams might tap into something more universal. This idea aligns with the concept of a collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of human experience and understanding. In these dreams, the knowledge gained feels universal, as if it belongs not just to the dreamer, but to humanity as a whole. The dreamer might see archetypal symbols, experience visions of sacred geometry, or feel a connection to timeless themes of life, death, and transformation. Critics of noetic consciousness in dreams often point out that the sense of profound knowing may be a subjective interpretation rather than an objective truth. Just because a dream feels more real or insightful doesn't necessarily mean it holds universal wisdom. It might simply reflect the brain's natural ability to create convincing narratives and emotional impressions. Yet, for those who experience these dreams, the feeling of noetic clarity is undeniable, and it often inspires deeper reflection and personal growth. Whether these experiences stem from the subconscious mind, stored memories, or a connection to a collective wisdom, noetic dreams invite us to consider the vast potential of our inner worlds. They encourage us to listen closely to the whispers of intuition, to trust the quiet voice that speaks without words, and to explore the mysteries that arise when we step beyond the boundaries of rational thought. In these dreams, the light of insight shines brightly, illuminating the hidden depths of the mind and offering a glimpse into the profound, intuitive wisdom that lies within us all. Brain maintenance theory. As you slip into sleep, your mind starts to shift gears. It's no longer bound by the structured logic of your waking hours. Instead, you find yourself in a world of vibrant colors, strange narratives, and fleeting images. These dreams seem random, but could they serve a deeper purpose? Brain maintenance theory suggests that dreams aren't just the brain's way of entertaining itself during rest. Instead, they play a critical role in keeping our neural networks sharp, organized, and prepared for the challenges of the day ahead. According to brain maintenance theory, dreaming is like a nightly tune-up for your mind. Just as a car requires regular maintenance to run smoothly, the brain relies on sleep and the dreams that come with it to stay in optimal condition. While you sleep, your brain engages in processes that strengthen neural connections, remove unnecessary information, and fine-tune its internal wiring. Dreams may be a byproduct of these processes, reflecting the brain's efforts to keep itself healthy, flexible, and ready to adapt to new experiences. One key aspect of this theory is the role of REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, the stage of sleep most commonly associated with dreaming. During REM sleep, the brain is highly active, firing signals across various neural networks. This activity may serve as a kind of workout for the brain, preventing certain pathways from becoming dormant and ensuring that frequently used circuits remain strong. In this sense, dreams aren't random. They're evidence of the brain's ongoing efforts to maintain its own structure and function. Another important function of dreaming, according to brain maintenance theory, is neural pruning. Throughout the day, your brain forms countless new connections as you process experiences, learn new information, and react to your environment. Some of these connections are crucial, while others are redundant or less important. During sleep, the brain identifies which connections to keep and which to discard. Dreams may reflect this sorting process, as the brain experiments with different patterns, discards unneeded associations, and strengthens valuable ones. This fine-tuning helps ensure that your brain remains efficient and capable of adapting to future challenges. In addition to preserving and optimizing neural connections, dreaming may also serve as a form of stress relief. By replaying, reorganizing, and reinterpreting emotionally charged experiences, the brain can reduce the intensity of negative feelings and help you wake up feeling more balanced. This emotional processing is not just about calming the mind, it's also about maintaining mental resilience. When you encounter stressful situations in your waking life, your brain is better prepared to handle them because it has practice dealing with emotional stimuli during dreams. Critics of brain maintenance theory often point out that while the brain's activity during sleep is well documented, the direct relationship between dreaming and neural maintenance is harder to prove. Some argue that dreams may simply be a byproduct of the brain's housekeeping efforts rather than a necessary component. Others suggest that dreams, while fascinating, might not be essential for brain maintenance. Even so, the correlation between REM sleep, dreaming, and cognitive health is strong enough to keep researchers intrigued. Ultimately, brain maintenance theory highlights the importance of sleep and dreaming as fundamental aspects of mental health. Rather than dismissing dreams as meaningless, this theory encourages us to see them as a natural part of our brain's self-care routine. When we dream, our brains are not just idling, they're actively preserving neural pathways, managing emotions, and ensuring that we wake up each day ready to face new challenges. In this sense, dreams serve as a testament to the brain's incredible capacity for self-regulation, adaptation, and growth. Creative incubation. As you lie down to sleep, a problem nags at the edges of your mind, an unfinished story, a stubborn equation, a painting that won't come together. You close your eyes, letting go of conscious thought. Hours later, you wake with the solution seemingly delivered to you from the depths of the dream world. This is the essence of creative incubation. The idea that dreams provide a fertile ground for new ideas, unexpected connections, and the answers that often elude us when we're awake. Creative incubation relies on the unique way the brain functions during sleep. In waking life, we're bound by the rules of logic, linear thinking, and external constraints. But when we dream, those boundaries dissolve. The brain operates in a freer, more associative mode, blending fragments of memory, emotion, and imagination. In this fluid mental state, concepts that seem unrelated during the day can merge and transform, giving rise to novel solutions and artistic breakthroughs. Throughout history, some of humanity's most innovative ideas have been attributed to the dream state. The chemist Friedrich Kekulé famously dreamed of a snake biting its own tail, inspiring his discovery of benzene's molecular structure. Paul McCartney claimed the melody for Yesterday came to him in a dream. Salvador Dali often used dream imagery to fuel his surrealist masterpieces. These accounts highlight a recurring pattern. When the conscious mind lets go, the subconscious mind can surprise us with fresh insights. Dreams excel at creative problem solving because they bypass the mental filters that often stifle originality. In waking life, we tend to dismiss ideas that seem too strange, impractical, or risky. But in dreams, there's no inner critic. The most bizarre, unexpected connections are allowed to flourish. A childhood memory might blend with a recent conversation, creating a metaphor that clarifies a problem. An image from a favorite movie might combine with a personal experience, giving rise to a completely new artistic concept. This unfiltered mixing of elements allows for creative breakthroughs that would be harder to achieve through deliberate effort alone. Creative incubation through dreaming doesn't just apply to art or scientific discovery. It can also help with personal dilemmas and everyday challenges. For instance, you might dream of navigating a complex maze, only to wake up with a clearer sense of how to approach a complicated relationship. Or you might dream of building something intricate and wake up with a newfound perspective on how to organize your work project. Dreams, in their symbolic and often abstract nature, offer alternative viewpoints and unexpected solutions that can help resolve real-world issues. For those who wish to harness their dreams for creativity, keeping a dream journal can be a powerful tool. Writing down your dreams as soon as you wake helps capture the fleeting details before they fade. Over time, you may notice recurring symbols or themes that point to deeper patterns of thought. This practice not only enhances your ability to remember dreams, but also helps you recognize the creative potential within them. By reflecting on these dream entries, you can draw inspiration for new projects, solutions, and directions in your waking life. Skeptics of creative incubation may argue that the dream state is too unpredictable or chaotic to consistently produce usable ideas. While it's true that not every dream leads to a groundbreaking insight, the sheer volume of nightly dreams increases the likelihood of stumbling upon something valuable. Even if only a handful of dreams offer truly novel ideas, those moments can be transformative. Moreover, the act of engaging with your dreams, acknowledging their potential, and exploring their symbolism can stimulate your overall creative process, making it easier to generate ideas both during and after sleep. In the end, creative incubation through dreams highlights the mind's remarkable ability to solve problems and create art, even when we're not actively trying. It reminds us that letting go, embracing the unknown, and allowing the subconscious to take the lead can yield surprising and beautiful results. Dreams, after all, are more than just fleeting images. They're a wellspring of creativity waiting to be tapped. Social simulation dreams. You find yourself standing at a party. The faces of the guests are familiar, yet slightly altered, as if you've stepped into a gathering where reality has been twisted just enough to feel peculiar. Conversations flow, arguments break out, reconciliations happen. As you wake, the dream's social dynamics linger, and you realize you've just spent the night engaging in a complex social scenario that never truly happened. This experience touches on the idea of social simulation dreams, the concept that our dream life is, in part, a training ground for the intricate web of human relationships. Social simulation theory proposes that dreaming offers a safe, consequence-free space to practice navigating social situations. In our waking lives, much of our time is spent interacting with others, family, friends, colleagues, strangers. These interactions require us to read facial expressions, interpret tone, manage conflict, and build rapport. By simulating these scenarios in dreams, our minds refine these social skills, preparing us for the complexities of real-world relationships. In this sense, social simulation dreams function as a kind of rehearsal. Just as athletes visualize themselves performing a perfect routine, our dreaming minds may stage elaborate social encounters, allowing us to refine our responses and strategies. These dreams don't always play out as direct replications of real-life events. Instead, they often exaggerate, distort, or combine elements from different interactions. In doing so, they give us the chance to confront difficult emotions, test out different approaches, and explore the consequences of our actions, all without the risk of damaging actual relationships. Research into dream content has shown that social themes are among the most common. We dream of family members, co-workers, romantic partners, and even strangers. Interestingly, even when dreams take on fantastical qualities, when we're flying, for instance, or in a surreal landscape, the social dynamics often remain relatable. Arguments, alliance, misunderstandings, and reconciliations unfold in ways that mimic the emotional texture of waking life. This suggests that the brain prioritizes social processing even in the most unusual dream scenarios. One reason for this focus on social interaction may be that humans are inherently social creatures. Our survival and success have always depended on our ability to form bonds, cooperate, and navigate the complexities of group dynamics. Social simulation dreams could be an evolutionary adaptation, a nightly practice session that keeps us mentally prepared for the ever-changing challenges of communal living. By refining our social instincts in dreams, we may be better equipped to handle real-world conflicts, build trust, and maintain harmonious relationships. Social simulation dreams also have implications for emotional well-being. In waking life, unresolved conflicts or difficult emotions can weigh heavily on us. Dreaming about these issues, arguing with a friend, seeking closure with a loved one, can provide an emotional outlet. Even if the dream doesn't offer a perfect solution, it can help process feelings, reduce stress, and offer new perspectives on how to approach similar situations in the future. Over time, this emotional rehearsal can lead to a greater sense of resilience and emotional intelligence. Critics might argue that social simulation dreams are simply a byproduct of our daily experiences, rather than an intentional practice space. They point out that dreaming is not a conscious process, so it's unlikely that the brain chooses to simulate social scenarios. Instead, they suggest that dreams reflect the brain's ongoing efforts to integrate and process information. From this perspective, the social content of dreams is not deliberate training, but rather a natural outcome of our highly social lives. Nonetheless, the recurring presence of social themes in dreams hints at their importance. Even if the brain doesn't consciously plan these scenarios, their frequency suggests that the mind sees value in replaying and exploring interpersonal dynamics. Whether these dreams are purposeful rehearsals or organic reflections, they provide insight into how deeply intertwined our social experiences are with our sense of self and our mental well-being. Ultimately, social simulation dreams highlight the profound role that relationships play in our lives. They remind us that even while we sleep, our minds continue to grapple with the joys and challenges of human connection. By exploring and refining these interactions in our dreams, we prepare ourselves to navigate the rich and complex world of relationships more gracefully and confidently. Bodily self-organization. As you drift into slumber, a strange dream unfolds. You find yourself wandering through a vast network of tunnels, their walls glowing faintly, pulsing rhythmically. You instinctively know these passageways represent something internal, perhaps your own body, a map of its hidden systems. The dream takes you through narrow corridors, past chambers that feel alive, and into spaces that seem to hum with purpose. Upon waking, the dream lingers, not as a simple story, but as a vivid metaphor for your physical self. This experience hints at the theory of bodily self-organization in dreams, the idea that dreaming helps integrate and reorganize bodily sensations, ultimately contributing to our overall sense of coherence and well-being. Bodily self-organization theory suggests that dreams are not just mental exercises, but also deeply connected to the physical state of our bodies. Throughout the day, our bodies experience countless sensory inputs, aches, tensions, movements, and subtler signals we barely notice. While we sleep, our minds may weave these sensations into the fabric of our dreams, creating symbolic narratives that reflect and process our bodily experiences. In this sense, dreams can be thought of as the brain's way of integrating our physical selves into our psychological understanding. For instance, if you've been dealing with muscle tension or chronic pain, your dreams might incorporate imagery that mirrors these sensations. A heavy burden you can't lift, a tight space you can't escape, or a stormy sea you must navigate. These metaphors allow your mind to organize the physical experience, potentially helping you understand or cope with the discomfort on a subconscious level. Similarly, pleasant bodily sensations, such as the warmth of sunlight on your skin, might appear as dream elements that evoke comfort and ease, reinforcing a sense of physical well-being. This connection between dreams and bodily sensations isn't just a poetic notion, it's supported by emerging research. Studies have shown that changes in body position, temperature, and even subtle physiological shifts can influence the content of our dreams. When the body is in distress, such as when we're running a fever or experiencing muscle soreness, our dreams often reflect heightened emotional intensity or themes of struggle. Conversely, when the body is relaxed and comfortable, dreams tend to be more harmonious and pleasant. This interplay suggests that dreams serve as a mirror of the body's internal state, helping to process and integrate these signals in a meaningful way. Bodily self-organization in dreams may also explain why some dreams have a profound sense of rightness or clarity, even when their narrative seems nonsensical. When the dream successfully integrates physical and emotional sensations, it can leave us feeling balanced and centered upon waking. This sense of coherence may help prepare us to face the day with greater physical and mental alignment. Critics might argue that dreams are purely psychological phenomena, disconnected from the body's inner workings. They may view the incorporation of bodily sensations into dreams as coincidental rather than a deliberate organizational process. However, the consistency with which certain physical states, like pain, illness, or even the sensation of a full bladder, appear in dream content suggests a strong link between our physical and psychological realms. The body and mind are deeply interconnected, and dreams often reflect this relationship in ways we may not consciously recognize. Whether we view these dreams as direct reflections of bodily states or as symbolic representations, they invite us to pay closer attention to the body-mind connection. They remind us that our physical experiences don't just fade away when we close our eyes. They become part of the rich, intricate tapestry of our dream world. By exploring these dreams and their themes, we can gain insight into how our bodies and minds work together, helping us maintain a sense of harmony, balance, and overall health. In the end, the theory of bodily self-organization offers a deeper understanding of why we dream as we do. It suggests that our nightly visions serve not only to entertain or puzzle us, but also to integrate the physical and emotional aspects of our lives. By embracing this perspective, we can appreciate our dreams, not just as fleeting stories, but as an essential part of our ongoing journey toward greater self-awareness and well-being. Lucid shadow theory. In the depths of a dream, you find yourself vividly aware. You know you're dreaming, and for a moment, you feel limitless. The world around you, though surreal, is under your control. But then something shifts. A figure appears, shadowy, yet familiar. It doesn't feel like just another part of the dream. Instead, it seems to carry a purpose, almost as if it knows you're lucid and wants to interact. This is the heart of lucid shadow theory, the idea that within lucid dreams, there exists a guiding presence, a shadow self that reveals hidden truths about who we are. The notion of a shadow isn't new. In psychology, Carl Jung popularized the idea that the shadow represents the unconscious aspects of ourselves, qualities we suppress or ignore, both positive and negative. Lucid shadow theory builds on this concept, suggesting that when we become aware within a dream, we might encounter a dream character or force that embodies these hidden traits. Unlike the chaotic figures in ordinary dreams, this shadow seems more coherent, more deliberate, as if it knows exactly why it's there. When dreamers experience this shadow, it often manifests in unexpected ways. Sometimes it appears as a person, an enigmatic stranger, a childhood friend, or a version of yourself. Other times, it's an animal, a voice, or even a place that seems alive with intent. The unifying thread is that this presence feels different from the rest of the dream. It doesn't simply follow the dreamer's lead, it challenges them, asks questions, or presents situations that feel intensely meaningful. It's as though this shadow self has something to teach, something to show, that the dreamer would otherwise miss. One reason this theory resonates with many is the unique clarity of lucid dreams. When you know you're dreaming, your mind isn't entirely bound by the subconscious patterns that shape typical dreams. You can think critically, make decisions, and even change the dream environment. Yet, even in this heightened state of awareness, the shadow self remains unpredictable. You can't control it the way you can change the color of the sky or summon a new landscape. This independence lends the shadow an air of authenticity. It feels as if it exists separately, carrying wisdom that can't be manufactured or avoided. Dreamers who have encountered their lucid shadow often describe a mix of emotions: curiosity, fear, excitement, and sometimes a profound sense of understanding. They might find themselves in conversations that feel like dialogues with a deeper part of themselves. For instance, a shadow figure could point out a behavior the dreamer hasn't acknowledged, or challenge them to confront a long-buried memory. In other cases, the shadow might simply observe, prompting the dreamer to reflect on their own actions and thoughts. What makes lucid shadow theory compelling is the transformative potential of these encounters. By engaging with the shadow self, dreamers often gain insights that carry over into waking life. They may come to terms with unresolved conflicts, discover hidden strengths, or feel more in tune with their authentic self. The dream becomes more than a fleeting experience. It becomes a conversation with the parts of the psyche that remain unseen during the day. Critics might argue that the shadow self is no different from any other dream character, just another projection of the dreamer's mind. From this perspective, the apparent independence of the shadow is an illusion, and its insights are simply the subconscious mind's way of piecing together thoughts and emotions. While this view doesn't negate the personal impact of shadow encounters, it challenges the idea that the shadow is something distinct or separate from the dreamer's own inner workings. Regardless of its origins, the lucid shadow serves a powerful role within the dreaming experience. It brings a sense of depth, mystery, and purpose to lucid dreams. Whether seen as an independent guide or a reflection of the dreamer's inner world, the shadow self offers a unique opportunity for growth, exploration, and understanding. Through these encounters, the dreamer can confront hidden truths, embrace their whole self, and continue the lifelong journey of self-discovery, even while they sleep. Alternate self-dialogue. Self-dialogue. You find yourself in a vast, ethereal room. The walls shimmer with faint light, and standing before you is someone you recognize immediately. It's you. But they are different. They have a calm, steady presence, and their eyes hold a depth of understanding that you can't quite place. As the dream unfolds, you begin speaking with them, not in random phrases or fragmented sentences, but in a clear, purposeful exchange. This is the essence of alternate self-dialogue in dreams, the experience of having a meaningful conversation with another version of yourself, one that seems to exist separately and offers unique insights into your thoughts, feelings, and life path. Alternate self-dialogue. Dreams often start as ordinary dreams, but quickly take on an unusual clarity. The figure who appears might look just like you, or they might be a slightly different version, a younger self, an older self, or even an idealized version that embodies qualities you wish you had. In these dreams, the interaction feels distinctly different from the usual surreal and chaotic narrative. Instead, it carries a sense of purpose, as if this other you is there to help you reflect, learn, and grow. One of the most striking aspects of these dreams is how natural the dialogue feels. While typical dreams often jump from one scene to the next, alternate self-dialogue dreams tend to be more coherent. You find yourself asking questions and receiving thoughtful responses. The other self may offer advice, challenge your assumptions, or guide you through a difficult choice. In some cases, they might even help you uncover memories or emotions you've long buried. This dynamic makes the dream feel less like a random creation of the subconscious and more like a genuine conversation between two conscious beings. Many who experience alternate self-dialogue report waking with a sense of clarity and understanding. They often find that the insights gained during the dream translate directly to their waking lives. For instance, the dream may help clarify a tough decision, resolve an internal conflict, or provide a fresh perspective on a recurring problem. It's as if the dream state allows you to step back from your usual patterns of thought and engage in a kind of inner consultation. This unique dialogue can bring a sense of reassurance and direction, even if the answers aren't always straightforward. From a psychological perspective, alternate self-dialogue can be seen as a manifestation of internal self-talk projected outward in the dream environment. In waking life, we all have conversations with ourselves, debating choices, rehearsing scenarios, or evaluating past actions. During sleep, the brain might externalize this inner dialogue, creating a dream character that represents another version of ourselves. This externalization allows for a more structured, focused exchange, enabling the dreamer to explore different viewpoints and gain new insights. Critics of alternate self-dialogue theory might argue that these dreams are simply a reflection of the brain's natural ability to simulate social interactions. They might say that the other you is no different from any other dream character, a construct of the mind rather than a distinct part of the self. While this perspective doesn't diminish the dream's impact, it challenges the idea that the alternate self holds unique or special wisdom. Instead, it suggests that the dream is simply a creative way for the brain to process complex thoughts and emotions. Still, even if these dialogues are not real in the traditional sense, their value lies in the perspective they provide. By encountering another version of ourselves, we gain a rare opportunity to reflect on our inner lives from a different angle. Whether these dreams are viewed as profound conversations with the subconscious or just the brain's creative storytelling, they can inspire growth, self-awareness, and a deeper connection to our own thoughts and feelings. Ultimately, alternate self-dialogue dreams highlight the mind's capacity for self-reflection and self-discovery. They remind us that even while we sleep, we are capable of profound insight and meaningful introspection. Through these vivid exchanges, we learn to understand ourselves more fully, embracing both the person we are and the person we aspire to be. Ephemeral reality theory. As the dream begins, you find yourself in a world that's both mesmerizing and fleeting. The sky shifts, colors in waves, buildings rise and dissolve before your eyes, and even the ground beneath you feels more like water than solid earth. You know, deep down, that none of this will last. By the time you wake, the images and sensations will be gone. Only faint impressions will remain. This is the essence of ephemeral reality theory, the idea that dreams allow us to step into a fluid, impermanent version of existence, one that's not bound by the rules of the physical world. Ephemeral reality theory suggests that dreams aren't just surreal stories. They're a glimpse into a type of existence where everything is in constant flux. In waking life, we rely on stability, our bodies, our surroundings, and the linear flow of time. But in dreams, these elements lose their permanence. A building can turn into a forest. A face can change identities, and time can loop or stretch. Nothing is fixed, and that fluidity creates a unique kind of experience, one where we can explore life without the constraints of the physical world's permanence. At its core, ephemeral reality theory isn't just about the shifting landscapes of dreams. It's about the sense of freedom that comes from experiencing a world without rigid boundaries. In this state, we can test new possibilities, explore emotions from unexpected angles, and gain insights that might elude us in waking life. For example, in a dream, you might revisit a painful memory, but this time, the environment changes, the roles of people involved shift, and you're able to see the situation in a new light. This constant reshaping of reality allows for emotional and psychological processing that can feel transformative upon waking. Some proponents of this theory suggest that the impermanence of dreams reflects a deeper truth about life itself. Just as a dream vanishes when we wake, so too do the moments of our waking life slip away. The ephemeral nature of dreams can serve as a reminder of the transient beauty of existence. By experiencing a world where nothing is fixed, we learn to appreciate the fleeting moments of clarity, creativity, and emotion that arise both in dreams and in waking life. It's a practice in letting go, embracing impermanence, and finding meaning in the ever-changing flow. Dreams' impermanence can also be seen as an invitation to cultivate mindfulness. In waking life, we often become attached to routines, identities, and expectations. But in a dream, when everything is in motion, we're forced to adapt. This adaptability can carry over into our waking lives, encouraging us to be more present, more open to change, and less fearful of the unknown. By embracing the ephemeral nature of dreams, we can develop a greater sense of flexibility and resilience, qualities that help us navigate the unpredictability of life. Skeptics might argue that the fleeting quality of dreams is simply a byproduct of the brain's random firing during sleep. They may see the shifting images and impermanent scenes as nothing more than the mind's way of entertaining itself, with no deeper significance. While it's true that dreams are influenced by neural activity and memory processing, the profound emotional and psychological impact they often leave behind suggests that their ephemerality serves a meaningful purpose. Even if the fleeting nature of dreams isn't intentional, it still offers a valuable perspective on the impermanence of all things. Ultimately, ephemeral reality theory invites us to view our dreams not as chaotic or meaningless, but as opportunities to engage with life's transient nature in a profound way. By exploring a world where everything is in motion, where nothing is fixed or permanent, we can learn to appreciate the beauty of impermanence. In this sense, dreams become more than fleeting stories. They become a mirror that reflects the essence of our own ever-changing reality, reminding us to embrace each moment for what it is, a brief, precious fragment of a larger, flowing whole. Inner communication. You find yourself standing in a quiet, softly lit room that feels both familiar and otherworldly. It's a space without noise, without distractions. Slowly, you realize that you are not alone. Another presence is there, intangible, yet unmistakable. It isn't another person, it's a part of you. It speaks, not in words, but in feelings, images, and fleeting impressions. As the dream unfolds, you begin to sense that this is your subconscious trying to convey something important, something that you haven't yet acknowledged in your waking life. This is the idea of inner communication in dreams, that our dreamscapes are where the deeper, often overlooked parts of ourselves finally get a chance to speak. Dreams, according to inner communication theory, serve as a conduit between our conscious mind and our subconscious. While we're awake, our thoughts tend to be dominated by external concerns, work, relationships, to-do lists. The subconscious, meanwhile, remains largely hidden, quietly processing emotions, unresolved conflicts, and latent desires. When we sleep, this balance shifts. The external world fades, and the subconscious comes forward. Dreams become its voice, offering insights, warnings, or encouragement that we might be too busy to hear during the day. This inner dialogue often takes a symbolic form. Instead of directly telling us what we need to know, the subconscious uses images, metaphors, and narratives. A storm in a dream might represent pent-up anger or stress. A crumbling building could symbolize feelings of insecurity or change. While the exact meaning of these symbols varies from person to person, their purpose is the same: to communicate something that the subconscious feels is important. The dream is not random. It's a message, even if the message is wrapped in the strange language of the subconscious mind. One of the most compelling aspects of inner communication through dreams is its potential for self-discovery. When we pay attention to our dreams, we open a dialogue with parts of ourselves that are often ignored or repressed. Over time, patterns may emerge, recurring symbols, familiar places, or repeated emotions. These patterns can guide us toward a deeper understanding of what truly matters to us, what fears we need to face, and what changes we might need to make. By listening to these messages, we can become more attuned to our inner world and, ultimately, to our overall well-being. For some, inner communication in dreams also serves as a form of emotional release. Dreams can provide a safe space to process difficult feelings, grief, anger, confusion, without the pressures of waking life. By experiencing and expressing these emotions in a dream, we may wake up feeling lighter, more balanced, and better equipped to handle the challenges we face. This process of emotional clearing can help us maintain our mental and emotional health, even if we aren't consciously aware of it. Critics of inner communication theory argue that dreams are simply the brain's way of sorting through random neural activity with no intentional meaning or message. They suggest that any perceived communication is merely a projection of our waking thoughts and concerns. While it's true that dreams often incorporate elements from daily life, the consistent patterns, recurring symbols, and profound emotional experiences reported by many dreamers suggest that something deeper is at play. Whether or not we view dreams as deliberate messages, they undoubtedly reflect our inner state and can provide valuable insights if we choose to pay attention. Ultimately, the concept of inner communication reminds us that we are more than just our conscious thoughts. Within us lies a vast, intricate inner world, one that is always processing, feeling, and seeking balance. Dreams offer a unique opportunity to explore this hidden realm, to hear what our subconscious has to say, and to use that understanding to live more fully and authentically. In listening to our dreams, we may find not just answers, but a deeper sense of connection with ourselves. Infinite possibilities. Imagine drifting into sleep, only to awaken in a world where the usual rules no longer apply. Here, The constraints of time, space, and logic dissolve. Mountains rise in moments, oceans flow backward. You fly, fall, and rise again. In this dream realm, each thought spawns a new reality. Every choice opens another door. This experience reflects the idea that dreams immerse us in a landscape of infinite possibilities, a space where our minds can explore boundless potential and test realities that could never exist in our waking lives. Infinite possibilities in dreams suggest that the mind, unshackled by the limitations of waking consciousness, becomes a creator of worlds. In our everyday lives, we navigate through established routines, societal norms, and physical constraints. But when we dream, those boundaries fall away. Suddenly, we're free to imagine what might be, to explore scenarios we never dared consider, to follow paths that split and twist without end. Dreams become a canvas, and the mind an artist, painting scenes that are limited only by the reach of our imagination. One of the most intriguing aspects of this limitless dreaming is how it allows us to explore multiple versions of ourselves. In waking life, we often define ourselves by our habits, roles, and identities. Yet, in dreams, we can become someone entirely new. We might revisit our childhood self, step into a future self, or transform into something completely different. Each of these selves represents a possibility, another way we might have lived, another direction our choices could have taken us. By experiencing these alternate versions, we gain a broader perspective on who we are and who we could be. Infinite possibilities in dreams also extend to problem solving and creativity. In waking life, our thinking can become rigid, stuck in patterns of logic and reason. But in dreams, the mind flows freely, connecting ideas that would otherwise remain separate. An inventor might dream of a groundbreaking device that defies known physics. An artist might visualize a masterpiece no one else has imagined. These insights often seem impossible upon waking, but they can inspire new approaches, spark innovation, and open doors to previously unconsidered solutions. In this way, dreams serve as a playground for the mind's creative potential. Critics might argue that these infinite possibilities are mere illusions, that dreams, no matter how strange or boundless, are simply a reflection of our brain's neural activity. They might view the bizarre scenarios as random firings, the surreal landscapes as meaningless projections. While it's true that dreams arise from complex brain processes, their impact on our waking thoughts and emotions cannot be dismissed. Even if the experiences are not real, their influence can be profound. Dreams can challenge our perceptions, broaden our imagination, and remind us that our inner world is far more expansive than our everyday reality suggests. Moreover, the idea of infinite possibilities in dreams resonates on a philosophical level. In dreams, we confront the notion that reality itself may not be as fixed or certain as we believe. If our minds can create vast, coherent worlds while we sleep, complete with detailed environments, complex narratives, and vivid characters, what does that say about the nature of reality itself? Dreams may hint that the boundaries we take for granted are not absolute, and that the potential for change, growth, and exploration is as infinite as the dreams themselves. In the end, the experience of infinite possibilities in dreams invites us to consider what it means to be free. It reminds us that within our minds lies a vast universe of potential, one we can explore every night. These dreams are not merely fleeting images, they are windows into what might be, a reflection of the boundless creativity and imagination that define our human experience. By embracing the infinite potential within our dreams, we can awaken to a life that feels richer, more expansive, and full of endless possibilities. Cognitive evolution in sleep. As you drift into sleep, a process begins that is far more profound than simple rest. In your dreams, your mind confronts puzzles, weaves stories, and creates patterns that have never existed before. What feels like a random collection of images and experiences is, in reality, the brain's playground, a realm where it experiments with new ways of thinking, testing out ideas, and fine-tuning its ability to solve problems. This concept, known as cognitive evolution in sleep, suggests that dreaming helps the brain evolve its cognitive capacities, making us more adaptable, creative, and insightful in waking life. Cognitive evolution in sleep is based on the idea that the dreaming brain isn't merely rehashing the day's events, it's exploring new mental pathways. By relaxing the rigid structures of waking thought, dreams allow the mind to roam freely through a landscape of possibilities. They encourage novel associations, generate unique solutions to complex problems, and even challenge deeply held assumptions. This mental flexibility is not just a quirk of dreaming, it's a critical feature of human intelligence and creativity. Consider how, in dreams, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. A simple walk down a street might morph into an exploration of a surreal cityscape. A minor disagreement might escalate into a dramatic confrontation, only to resolve itself in an unexpected, harmonious way. These shifts and twists are not mere entertainment. They're the brain's way of exploring different approaches to familiar scenarios. By doing so, the brain gains a broader toolkit for handling the challenges of waking life. It practices adapting to change, finding innovative solutions, and considering perspectives it might otherwise ignore. One of the most striking examples of cognitive evolution in sleep is the role dreams play in creativity and problem solving. Many historical figures have reported dream-inspired breakthroughs. The German chemist Friedrich Kekulé famously dreamed of a snake biting its tail, a vision that led to his discovery of benzene's ring structure. The mathematician Henri Poincaré described how a complex solution to a problem emerged during a dreamlike state, fully formed and ready for application. These anecdotes highlight a broader pattern: the brain's ability to use dreams as a laboratory for experimentation, unearthing insights that the conscious mind alone might never reach. Beyond creativity, dreams may also enhance our cognitive adaptability. Life is unpredictable, filled with sudden changes and unexpected challenges. In waking life, we often rely on familiar patterns and routines to navigate the world. But in dreams, those patterns are disrupted. We must adapt to new rules, solve bizarre problems, and make sense of unfamiliar situations. By practicing this kind of mental flexibility while we sleep, we become more capable of responding to the unforeseen challenges we encounter while awake. Critics might argue that dreams are simply the brain's way of clearing out the day's mental clutter and have no real role in advancing cognitive abilities. While it's true that sleep plays a critical role in memory consolidation and emotional processing, the sheer creativity and complexity of many dreams suggest a deeper function. Even if dreams are not intentionally designed for cognitive evolution, their effects, improved problem-solving skills, enhanced creativity, and greater mental flexibility, are undeniable. They show that our brains are not static, but constantly evolving, even while we rest. The idea of cognitive evolution in sleep also invites us to rethink our relationship with dreaming. Instead of viewing dreams as random, meaningless events, we can approach them as valuable opportunities for growth. By paying closer attention to our dreams, we may uncover hidden insights, gain new perspectives, and develop a greater appreciation for the mind's capacity to learn and adapt. Keeping a dream journal, for example, can help us remember and reflect on the scenarios our minds create during sleep, enabling us to draw inspiration from them in our waking lives. Ultimately, cognitive evolution in sleep reminds us that the human mind is never idle. Even in the quietest hours of the night, when our bodies rest, our brains are at work, exploring, testing, and evolving. Dreams, in all their strangeness and wonder, are a testament to the mind's ability to grow and adapt. By embracing this nightly process, we not only unlock new ideas and insights, but also move closer to realizing our full cognitive potential. Collective memory integration. Picture yourself drifting off into a dream where ancient ruins stretch into the horizon, yet their architecture feels strangely familiar. People you've never met speak a language you don't know, but somehow you understand them. As you explore, you're struck by a sense that you're tapping into something much older and larger than yourself. This experience hints at the concept of collective memory integration, the idea that dreams may draw not only from our personal memories, but also from the shared pool of human history and cultural knowledge. At its core, collective memory integration suggests that the human mind, through dreaming, accesses a vast, inherited repository of experiences. These aren't memories of specific, lived events. Rather, they're echoes of the countless lives that came before us. Just as each individual dreamer replays their day's events, the collective memory may surface in the form of archetypes, recurring symbols, and universal themes. Dreams become a canvas where both personal and shared histories converge, weaving narratives that feel deeply meaningful and timeless. This idea builds on the work of psychologist Carl Jung, who proposed the concept of a collective unconscious. According to Jung, we all inherit a layer of the mind that holds archetypes, universal patterns, images, and instincts that resonate across cultures and eras. In dreams, these archetypes often appear as symbols: the wise old man, the nurturing mother, the trickster, or the hero's journey. When these figures show up in our dreams, they may serve as guides, helping us navigate not just our personal challenges, but also the broader, shared human experiences we all face. For instance, a dreamer might encounter a vast, ancient tree whose roots seem to reach into the earth's core. While this image could represent the dreamer's personal connection to family or heritage, it might also tap into a more universal idea: the tree as a symbol of life, growth, and interconnectedness, a motif found in countless myths, religions, and cultural traditions. By dreaming of this tree, the dreamer isn't just processing their own past, they're also touching on a deeper, collective memory that transcends individual experience. Collective memory integration doesn't mean that we all dream the same way. Rather, it suggests that the themes and symbols that emerge in our dreams are part of a shared human story. Personal experiences are always present, but they're interwoven with threads of cultural and historical significance. A dream about a journey through a labyrinth might reflect a personal struggle, but it also echoes myths of the hero, venturing into the unknown, searching for meaning, and returning transformed. An archetype that has existed for millennia. Beyond archetypes, the collective memory may also influence the emotional tone of our dreams. When we dream of moments of triumph, despair, or reunion, those feelings may resonate more deeply because they're rooted not just in our own lives, but in the collective human experience. The sense of joy at finding a long-lost friend in a dream might mirror the universal yearning for connection. The sorrow of losing something precious might echo humanity's shared understanding of impermanence and loss. By integrating these collective elements, our dreams help us process emotions that are both personal and universal. Critics of collective memory integration might argue that the shared elements of dreams arise simply from the brain's tendency to recycle familiar cultural images and stories. They may point out that we're constantly exposed to myths, symbols, and narratives through literature, media, and education, and that our dreams naturally incorporate these elements. While this may be true, it doesn't diminish the profound impact that these shared symbols can have. Whether inherited through cultural exposure or deeper unconscious mechanisms, the recurring themes in dreams still guide, comfort, and challenge us in ways that feel far larger than ourselves. Ultimately, collective memory integration offers a powerful perspective on the nature of dreaming. It suggests that when we dream, we're not just working through our own lives, we're participating in a grand, ongoing story that connects us to our ancestors, our communities, and our shared humanity. By paying attention to the archetypes, symbols, and emotions that surface in our dreams, we can gain a deeper understanding of who we are, where we come from, and how we fit into the larger tapestry of human experience. Through dreams, we access a timeless reservoir of wisdom, one that continues to shape and enrich our lives in ways both subtle and profound. Synaptic pruning and dreaming. As you lie down to sleep, your mind begins to sort through the countless impressions and thoughts gathered throughout the day. You drift into a dream where strange images blend together, scenes from your childhood merge with yesterday's events, and unlikely symbols appear and vanish without explanation. When you wake, the dream is already fading, but you're left with a subtle feeling of clarity. Could this nightly process be more than mere mental wandering? Synaptic pruning and dreaming theory suggests that our dreams reflect the brain's efforts to streamline its neural connections, helping us focus on what truly matters and improving overall cognitive efficiency. Synaptic pruning is a natural process that occurs throughout our lives, especially during childhood and adolescence. It involves the brain trimming away weaker or less used connections while strengthening the most important ones. This pruning ensures that our neural networks remain efficient, focused, and capable of adapting to new experiences. In adults, the process continues, albeit more gradually, helping us maintain mental sharpness and clarity. While this biological mechanism is well established, researchers have begun to explore the idea that dreaming might play an active role in facilitating synaptic pruning. During sleep, especially in REM, rapid eye movement stages, our brains are highly active. Neurons fire in complex patterns, and our minds produce the vivid narratives we call dreams. According to the synaptic pruning theory, these dreams might be more than random byproducts of brain activity. Instead, they may serve as a rehearsal stage where the brain tests out different combinations of neural connections. By running these scenarios, the brain determines which connections are worth keeping and which can be pruned away. In this sense, dreams help refine our mental networks, making them more efficient and better suited to handle the challenges of waking life. Dreams often combine fragments of memories, emotions, and sensations in unexpected ways. For instance, you might dream about a conversation with a friend that happened years ago, set against a backdrop of a place you visited yesterday. These surreal combinations may actually reflect the brain's efforts to test how different connections interact. If certain associations seem useful or meaningful, the brain strengthens them. If they appear irrelevant or redundant, it lets them fade. Over time, this selective process helps ensure that our neural pathways remain organized and optimized. The role of dreams in synaptic pruning also offers a potential explanation for why we forget most of our dreams. If the purpose of dreaming is to refine our neural connections rather than to create lasting memories, then the content of dreams isn't meant to be retained. Instead, The process of dreaming serves as a temporary framework that helps the brain decide which connections to keep. Once the pruning is complete, the dream itself becomes unnecessary and quickly fades from consciousness. This idea aligns with the observation that people who experience fragmented or disrupted sleep often report difficulty concentrating or learning, suggesting that uninterrupted dreaming plays a vital role in maintaining cognitive function. Critics of the synaptic pruning and dreaming theory may argue that dreams are simply a byproduct of the brain's memory consolidation processes, with no direct link to pruning. They might point out that while REM sleep is clearly associated with brain plasticity, the connection between specific dream content and neural pruning remains speculative. However, even if dreams are not the primary mechanism behind pruning, their consistent association with REM sleep and cognitive improvement suggests that they are at least part of a larger system that supports mental clarity and flexibility. The idea that dreaming contributes to synaptic pruning also sheds light on the importance of consistent, quality sleep. When we shortchange our sleep or disrupt our natural rhythms, we may deprive the brain of the time it needs to carry out this pruning process. Over time, this can lead to a buildup of unneeded neural connections, making it harder to concentrate, learn, and process new information. By ensuring that we get enough sleep, and by respecting the natural cycles of REM stages, we give our brains the chance to fine-tune themselves, preparing us for the demands of the day ahead. Ultimately, synaptic pruning and dreaming theory offers a fascinating glimpse into the hidden work our brains do each night. It suggests that dreams aren't just idle wanderings. They are part of a complex, ongoing effort to keep our minds sharp, efficient, and adaptable. By exploring this connection, we gain a deeper appreciation for the importance of dreaming, not just as a source of surreal images, but as a vital process that shapes how we think, learn, and grow. Mythopoetic Journeys. As you close your eyes, the first fragments of a dream begin to take shape. You find yourself on a winding path that leads through dense forests and vast mountains. Along the way, you meet figures who seem both strange and familiar, a guardian who tests your resolve, a wise figure who offers cryptic guidance, and a shadowy presence that represents your fears. This is no ordinary dream. It feels like a story, a myth unfolding in real time. These are mythopoetic journeys, dreams that weave elements of myth and archetype into rich, symbolic narratives that resonate deeply with the dreamer's subconscious. The term mythopoetic suggests the creation of myths, a process that, in the context of dreaming, often arises spontaneously. Unlike waking life, where we actively construct stories through deliberate effort, mythopoetic dreams emerge naturally from the subconscious. They often feature classic narrative structures, a hero's journey, a confrontation with darkness, a quest for knowledge or healing. These elements are not random. They reflect universal patterns found in mythology, folklore, and religious traditions. In dreams, our minds tap into these patterns to create stories that mirror our personal struggles, aspirations, and transformations. One reason mythopoetic journeys resonate so strongly is their use of archetypal symbols. Psychologist Carl Jung proposed that these universal symbols, figures like the mentor, the trickster, and the shadow, exist within a collective unconscious shared by all humans. When we dream, these archetypes often appear as dream characters or situations that carry deep meaning. For example, encountering a wise old man in a dream might symbolize guidance from a higher aspect of oneself, while a labyrinth could represent the complexities of an inner conflict. By engaging with these symbols, we participate in a timeless, shared human narrative that transcends individual experience. Mythopoetic dreams also frequently involve transformation. The dreamer begins in a state of uncertainty or imbalance, encounters challenges or adversaries, and ultimately emerges changed. This mirrors the structure of many ancient myths, where the hero must undergo trials to achieve growth or enlightenment. In our dreams, these trials often represent inner struggles, overcoming self-doubt, confronting fears, or integrating different aspects of our personality. By living through these stories in our dreams, we can gain insights that help us navigate similar challenges in waking life. For example, someone experiencing a mythopoetic journey might dream of being lost in a dark forest, pursued by an indistinct threat. Along the way, they find a glowing artifact that reveals the path forward, but only if they confront the pursuer. Upon waking, the dreamer may realize that the forest represents a personal challenge, perhaps a difficult decision or a lingering emotional wound. The pursuer symbolizes the fear that has been holding them back, and the glowing artifact is the inner strength or understanding they need to move forward. The dream doesn't just entertain, it offers a symbolic roadmap for transformation. Mythopoetic journeys are not limited to individual growth. They also connect us to a larger cultural and historical context. The myths and archetypes that appear in dreams are often drawn from a shared human heritage, reflecting the values, fears, and hopes of countless generations. By dreaming in this mythopoetic mode, we engage with a deep well of collective wisdom. We participate in a storytelling tradition that has existed for millennia, one that helps humanity make sense of life's mysteries and challenges. Critics might argue that these dreams are merely a reflection of the dreamer's exposure to cultural stories and media. While it's true that our waking experiences influence our dreams, the consistent presence of certain archetypes and narrative structures suggests something deeper. The recurrence of these patterns across cultures and throughout history points to an innate tendency of the human mind to think mythically. Even if these dreams are shaped by external influences, their profound emotional and psychological impact remains undeniable. In essence, mythopoetic journeys remind us that dreaming is more than random neural activity. It is a creative process that draws on ancient, universal patterns to craft stories of personal and collective meaning. These dreams invite us to step into the role of hero, explorer, or seeker, guiding us through challenges and towards self-discovery. By engaging with these mythic narratives, we not only better understand ourselves, but also connect with the timeless tradition of storytelling that has shaped humanity's understanding of the world. Temporal loop theory. You're running down a long hallway, the walls blurring past, a distant door just out of reach. Then, without warning, you find yourself back at the start. The same hallway, the same door ahead. Again, you run, faster this time, certain you'll reach it. But the same thing happens. Over and over, the loop repeats, as if time itself is stuck, bending back on itself within the dream. When you wake, the experience lingers. The feeling of being trapped in a cycle, the strange sense that time in your dream doesn't work the way it does in the waking world. This is the essence of temporal loop theory, the idea that dreams sometimes play with time, creating circular, repetitive narratives that reveal hidden truths about how we perceive events, choices, and the passage of moments. Temporal loops in dreams aren't just random quirks. They reflect how the dreaming mind can step outside the linear progression of time that governs our waking life. While awake, time flows steadily forward. Minutes turn into hours, days turn into weeks. But in a dream, time can fold, pause, or loop, allowing us to re-examine situations from different angles. A dream might begin, build toward an outcome, then reset, giving the dreamer another chance to approach the same challenge, scenario, or decision. This repetition isn't just frustrating or disorienting, it's an opportunity for deeper understanding. The loops often come with subtle variations. In one iteration, the hallway might seem longer. In another, a figure appears to offer guidance or hinder your progress. These changes aren't random, they're clues, nudges from the subconscious, urging you to see what you might have missed the first time around. By looping back, the dream provides a safe space to explore possibilities and outcomes without the finality of waking life consequences. It's as if the dream is saying, what if you tried this approach instead? What might you learn from taking a different path? Temporal loops can also highlight recurring patterns in our lives. Perhaps you've faced a series of similar challenges at work, struggled repeatedly with a certain relationship dynamic, or found yourself making the same choices, even when they don't lead to the outcomes you desire. In the waking world, these patterns might be difficult to recognize, overshadowed by day-to-day distractions. But in a dream, where time can bend and cycle, these repeating themes become more obvious. The loop mirrors the recurring situations in your life, inviting you to break free by addressing the underlying causes or changing your approach. This theory also touches on the idea that time in dreams is subjective and fluid. While a looped dream might feel like it goes on forever, it often lasts only seconds or minutes in real time. The looping structure allows your mind to compress and revisit key moments, intensifying their emotional and symbolic meaning. This compressed dream time helps us process complex experiences, test different outcomes, and gain insights that would take far longer in waking life. The loops provide a kind of rapid-fire learning environment where the brain can explore cause and effect, trial and error, and emotional resilience in a safe, controlled setting. Critics of temporal loop theory might argue that the sensation of looping is simply the brain's response to unresolved emotions or mental noise. From this perspective, the repetitive nature of these dreams could be a byproduct of neural circuits firing in similar patterns during sleep. While this explanation is plausible, it doesn't diminish the value of these dreams as tools for reflection and growth. Even if the loop arises from neural mechanics, the experience itself often carries meaningful insights and offers a chance to break free from recurring patterns in waking life. Ultimately, temporal loop theory shows how dreams can act as a mirror to our daily experiences, highlighting where we feel stuck or trapped. By repeating certain scenarios, dreams encourage us to pay closer attention, to notice details we might otherwise overlook, and to consider new approaches to old challenges. Through these cycles, we not only gain deeper self-awareness, but also discover the keys to moving forward. Dreams, with their looping structures and endless possibilities, remind us that even when life feels repetitive, there's always an opportunity to break the pattern, to learn, and to grow. Subconscious storytelling. The dream begins like any other, a familiar face, a strange setting, but quickly evolves into something extraordinary. Characters appear and disappear, a plot unfolds with unexpected twists, and by the end, you feel as if you've witnessed a tale too complex to be random. When you wake, fragments linger in your mind, a mysterious figure's warning, an impossible choice, a vivid emotion that stays with you all day. It's as if your subconscious had written a story just for you. This is subconscious storytelling, the idea that our dreams are not merely random mental events, but intricate, symbolic narratives crafted by the subconscious mind. Subconscious storytelling suggests that dreams are, at their core, a form of art. Stories created by our inner selves to help us process emotions, understand our desires, and confront our fears. While waking life is ruled by logic and external demands, dreaming offers the subconscious a chance to express itself freely. In dreams, there's no need to conform to reality's rules. The subconscious can weave surreal, poetic images, create unforgettable characters, and craft compelling narratives that reflect our innermost thoughts and feelings. These dream stories often center on themes that are deeply personal. They might replay a recent conflict, but with exaggerated stakes and fantastical elements. They might bring a long-forgotten memory to life, intertwining it with current concerns. Or they might present entirely new scenarios that explore what-if questions, letting you experience paths you haven't taken or outcomes you haven't considered. The subconscious isn't bound by time or space, so it can blend past, present, and future into a single story, creating a narrative that feels both deeply intimate and profoundly universal. One of the most remarkable aspects of subconscious storytelling is its use of symbolism. In dreams, every element, a tree, a storm, a stranger's face, can carry multiple layers of meaning. A crumbling bridge might symbolize a broken relationship or a loss of trust. A brilliant light in the distance could represent hope or an unattainable goal. Unlike the straightforward narratives we encounter in books or movies, dream stories are nonlinear, multidimensional, and highly interpretive. This symbolic richness allows us to engage with the dream on a deeper level, finding connections and insights that might not be obvious at first glance. Critics of subconscious storytelling may argue that dreams are simply the brain's way of consolidating memories, with no intentional narrative behind them. They might suggest that what we perceive as a story is just the mind's attempt to impose order on chaotic images and thoughts. While it's true that the brain is active during sleep, sorting and processing information, the intricate structure and emotional resonance of many dreams suggests that there's more at work than random noise. The very fact that we remember certain dreams and feel moved by them points to a deeper, more deliberate process of narrative creation. Another fascinating element of subconscious storytelling is how it evolves over time. Some dreamers notice recurring characters, settings, or themes that develop across multiple nights. It's as if the subconscious is not just spinning one-off tales, but building a series of interconnected episodes, an ongoing story that mirrors our personal growth and changing circumstances. By paying attention to these recurring patterns, we can gain a better understanding of what our subconscious is trying to communicate. Over time, these dreams become more than isolated events. They form a body of work, a collection of inner narratives that chart our emotional and psychological journey. Subconscious storytelling also challenges our understanding of creativity. In waking life, creativity is often seen as a deliberate act, writing, painting, composing music. But in dreams, creativity emerges spontaneously, effortlessly. Without conscious effort, the mind produces vivid imagery, dramatic arcs, and symbolic depth that can rival the most intricate works of art. This raises profound questions. If our subconscious can create such compelling stories while we sleep, what does that say about the nature of creativity? Are our waking acts of creation simply an extension of this deeper, subconscious process? Ultimately, subconscious storytelling reminds us of the incredible power and complexity of the human mind. Even while we rest, our subconscious is hard at work, weaving narratives that help us understand ourselves and our world. These dream stories may never be published or performed, but they hold immense value as tools for self-discovery, emotional processing, and personal growth. By embracing the stories our subconscious tells, we gain a richer, more nuanced understanding of who we are and the endless potential of our creative minds.